going on, everybody? How you doing? It's great to be back. We're here on another Friday night from the Infinity Equation podcast. Hope you all had a great week. Hope you all had a great last week and a great weekend. And I hope you all have a great week upcoming weekend as well. We are here. We are live. We're back in action. Just like Action Jackson, for those who remember that movie, Action Jackson. But I can't do a show without my good buddy here, Mr. Disavowed, aka Tim. What's going on? How you doing, sir?
Dante, YouTube, Infinity Equation, what goes on? I'm just gonna mention the elephant in the room, Dante. Elephant in the room, way too hot in my collection room. I busted myself to the air-conditioned room here. So I got the AC going. I feel comfortable, but I'm a little out of place. So if there's any issues, please let me know with Wi-Fi or anything. How to make it work, though. Excited to be here.
Trust me, I've been sitting right now. It's just two fans on right now in here. Just two fans on. No, there's no AC down here, unfortunately.
I went live last night for the X-Files with Yojo Jerk. It was a great time. And I had 3 fans strategically placed throughout my toy room on me. And I barely made it through an hour. So I was like, you know what? We're going to leave the toy room behind for a week or two. Air conditioning.
I don't blame you.
Well, you know, I say that, though, but there's a whole shelf of toys behind me in here anyway.
Right. So you're good.
And Show. Show's right behind me, too, so we're good. I'm excited for a show tonight, man. It's going to be a good show.
Oh, definitely. If you're first time here, please hit that like button and that subscribe button. Helps us grow. Helps us become a little bit more, a little bit more popular with the peoples of the YouTube nets and is it internets? The internets.
The on the line. I think it's on the line. You just got to go on the line. You'll find it. It's on the line. Yeah.
The AOL group. That's what it is. The AOL group. But let's not hold it off any longer. Let's welcome our guest, Chris Huseman of Tomy Toys. Welcome, sir.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's hot. It's a hot summer.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah. The last week or two here, I'm not sure where you are in the country. I'm in Pennsylvania, and it has been brutal the last week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I'm in the Midwest. I'm in eastern Iowa, and it is hot.
Oof. Yeah.
Too early for that. It's like August
It
weather.
is.
I'm not ready for it.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I remember those times I used to live in St. Louis, and it would get so hot. I'm like, it's too hot outside.
Yeah, today's humidity was like you could have swam through it. It was so thick.
Ooh.
Horrible.
Yeah.
We call this loose joint season because that time of year I walk into my toy room at the end of the day and everything's falling off the shelf because those joints got so heated up.
Yep, that's crazy. Mine do that too.
Mm-hmm.
But Chris, I know you were saying you were before we get into everything. You say you were a collector. Tell us a little bit like what you collect.
Oh, you know what? I collect all kinds of stuff. I'm a toy designer by trade. I've been in the business for 25, 30 years, honestly. And so I tend to collect, as far as toys go, I tend to collect things that are like innovative, clever. And then as far as subject matter, anything Star Wars, Hellboy, anything, especially if it's Mike Mignola, Hellboy, that design style. Anything with robots. I love robots. I don't care who they are, what they are. I think they're cool. And that's about it on the toy side. Sometimes vehicles. I do, I've been working on replica vehicles forever, so it's one of those things where you don't collect the same thing that you work on all the time. But there are a few that I've kept along the way that are either, I don't know, prototypes or something really cool about them that I thought was special. So I collect. I don't want to say I'm a hoarder, but I'm kind of a hoarder.
But as long as you're not bad, because you know what's funny? I was on YouTube, it's been coming up in my feed. It's hoarders, and I see something like, as long as you can get through your house, you're good. So probably
yeah. I still have a tunnel.
At the end of Last Crusade, or at the end of Warriors of the Lost Ark, you're fine.
Yeah. My garage, before I moved, we just basically moved house, and my garage was kind of like that. And so I did some serious purging of just stuff I didn't need, but I'm sure I'll fill up my new place pretty quickly. But
it's fun. Hey, that's it's a good thing. It's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. But
it is.
It's all great.
It is.
Yeah.
A little talk rat.
But like before we get started, I do apologize, Chris. We do like to say hello to our viewers here, who are always so gracious and here to watch us. Tim, would you kindly read who's in the chat for me, please?
Yeah, definitely. Like Dante said earlier, if you're new, if you're watching us live or on the playback, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Helps a lot with the channel. Mark Rose, first in the chat. What's up, Mark? Damien is here. Good to see you back. Hope you had a stress-free break. ML Series in the house. He's here. Paul Morales is here. David R. in the house. Omar V says, what's good, guys? Uh-oh, the room got a lot taller. NJ Tree is in the house. I saw the man get rim at a toy show. I jumped right into that basket. I even tried it and I blow my knee out. Greg Feinstead is in the house. Says just another IE Friday. Robert Diaz in the house. Pokey87 is here. Stryden, what's going on, sir? James, a.k.a. Rackbase44, the G.I. Joe Classified Master in the house. Mike Hex is here. What's going on, Mike? D. Blake Makes, let me say it wrong, I'm sorry, man, is in the house. Your fellow co-host for Sundays when you do your show. Chris is in the house. What's going on, Chris? Dom Mercuciano is here in the house. John is here. What's going on, John? And I think we got through to everybody. Hello, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all. Don says he can't stay. He's going to dinner. Cut you on the replay, Don. Cut you on the replay. Hope you eat some good food in the neighborhood. All right. So, Chris, thank you again for hanging with us. Oh, and Ski Ray just joined us. What's going on, Ski Ray? Thank you again for joining us, Chris. Appreciate it for taking time out and hanging with us. So, you do work for Tomy Toys. So tell us a little bit about how, I guess, a little bit for those who do not know about Tomy, and then we'll go into the new Kickstarter that just kicked off.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if anybody doesn't know, Tomy's been around for 100 years, so we're celebrating our 100-year anniversary next year. If you remember, back in the 80s and 90s, Tomy had a pretty big presence in the toy biz, and then they kind of went away for a while, and they decided to come back into basically a global takeover. So they're slowly, coming back and getting their product out, and yeah, it's been a fun ride so far.
Nice. I do kind of remember Tomy. I don't remember having any Tomy toys when I was a kid. I'm trying, I really sat there and tried to remember, did I have any Tomy toys?
If you look through old catalogs, you'll kind of be surprised. Like, I remember that. I remember like the whole catalog. You'll be like, my sister had that, or my cousin had that, or whatever. You'll remember. The stuff that I remember from Tomy before I worked here was like, do you remember Zoids?
Yeah.
There was also, what was they were the wind up robot guys. They did all kinds of wind up stuff. They did. There's a ton. They did a ton of stuff, to be honest. Just Google Tomy toys from the 80s. You'd be like, wow, they made everything.
And that's incredible. You said 100-year anniversary.
Yeah. It's so Tomy Takara. So maybe you've heard of Takara Tomy. It's the same. So Takara Tomy is Japan, and then Tomy International is basically the rest of the planet, as far as how they divide the company a little bit. And so I believe we might be the only company right now to have like a 5th generation dynasty as far as like ownership goes. So like the guy that started Tomy back in the day, his son took over once, back in the whenever, and then his son took over, and then his son took over, and now we just had the latest and greatest son of the great grandson of the beginning. He just took over. So you don't find that very often. I think it might be the only one that's 5th generation toy, or 5th generation. You don't see that very often in any company, to be honest.
No, you really don't. I was going to say that's quite a milestone. Congratulations on that a little early.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say. Oh, sorry.
No. I was going to say real quick. The new guy taking over is very passionate about toys, and he's very excited to delve into, just dive into the future. So we're all excited.
That's good to hear because very few times you hear like where like the kids keep in the family business,
Right.
and just to have like say fifth generation at this point. Wow, that is a feat.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
an amazing feat.
Yeah. It's either fourth or fifth generation, but I think it's fifth. But don't quote me on that.
But watch this. Yeah, this past Tuesday was the kickoff to the Back to the Future Kickstarter that everybody was super excited for. I know a friend of mine, Mike Hex, told me about it, and a couple other people had told me about it as well. And they told me, said, "Hey, look at this," and I was like, "That looks cool. That looks awesome."
Yeah.
And it was like, a good friend, he'll join. He'll be here later in the chat, but he joins a little bit late. His name's Art G. He's never on time, but he's like, "Hey, it's here at the Philadelphia Expo." I was like, "What?" I was like, "All right, well, I'll go up there Sunday and take a look around and see what it looks like up hand close in person." I remember us talking about it, some of the features of it, which was really good. And I know the one question I did have somebody had asked in the Facebook group was like, was it going to be battery operated or USB-C, like USB operated? And I think you said you decided to go with batteries, correct?
Yeah. You know what? We're still in the process of figuring everything out on this because there's a lot of collector feedback, and we're looking into doing the USB, that like a micro USB type of plug-in, so you can have it on as long as you want or whatever. So we haven't rolled it completely out. We're basically looking at the cost. Everything boils down to what it's going to cost to do within the parameters that we're in. So I would like to see it happen. I'm not positive it'll happen, but we're working on it.
Okay, great. Mike, he's super excited. He says, "Woohoo! I'm back to 188." So I know he is super excited about it. He's been very excited since the announcement of it.
That's cool.
He has let me know his excitement. Nothing
That's
wrong
good.
with you, Mike. Nothing wrong with it, but he has let me know of his excitement.
Well, I thank you. I appreciate that.
John says Zoids were awesome.
Yeah, Zoids were cool.
Damien says, did Tomy do Terrahawks?
I don't remember if they did or not. I don't know. That's a good question.
Sounds familiar. I'm trying to remember whether
somebody might need to quick Google that.
And Ratface says these McDonald toy converters. Those McDonald toy converters.
I think they did they did do a program with McDonald's for a while. They made all kinds of stuff. I mean,
yeah,
thousands of different toys.
So let me go ahead and bring it up here real quick. So if you can take us a little bit through of why the DeLorean, why Back to the Future was a choice for their next Kickstarter.
Yeah, so when we first started, we kind of wanted to do this whole. We're kind of exploring basically the possibility of doing direct to consumer. We were thinking about different options and what we would like to see. So Travis and I are big. We're pretty geeky, and we were trying to figure out what would be the best thing to do based upon what was available as far as licensing goes. And honestly, our first choice 3 or 4 years ago would have been the DeLorean, the time machine. But unfortunately, at the time, the license wasn't available. Like, it just wasn't. Somebody else had the contract for it, and it just wasn't available. And so then we shifted gears a little bit and went with the Star Trek, the original series Enterprise, and we did that last year, and that was a pretty good success. And so that's in the process of almost getting produced. And so then when the opportunity for the DeLorean time machine came up, we jumped on it as fast as we could because we both really, 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 really wanted it. And so we've been. I mean, I haven't taken a break since it started a couple months ago. So it's been fun. It's kind of fun to delve into it. And basically, I've been, dissecting the time machine from the inside out. I wouldn't say I know it more than anybody, but man, I know every part pretty well by now. So it's been cool. I met a lot of good people doing it. So anyway, yeah.
That's awesome. It sounds like you guys really do have that passion for it, because I see it on live streams that you're super excited for this to be made, because within, I think I was told like 27 minutes, it got back. It was funded. It was done. You all clear to go through. Now it's just like extra at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of had a hunch that it would be great, and I mean, there was honestly there was no doubt in our mind that collectors would probably go a little bit nuts over it, and it worked out pretty well. So we'll see how it ends up. And we still have 3 weeks to go in the campaign, and we've hit some pretty good milestones, and we still want to keep going with some of our tiers, and try to get the most out of this that we can. But for the most part, it's a go. We got funded, so we're going to go. So now it's a mad scramble. Now it's a mad scramble to work it out with the factories and engineering and the electronics and all that fun stuff. So
it looks great. Like you've done a very good job from what I've seen in hand when I was at the Philadelphia Expo. It looks amazing. I don't know if you have the model there with you. If you can take us a little bit through it.
I do. 1 second. I have it over here.
Sure.
So you saw it in person. It's a pretty massive piece of machinery.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Obviously, it makes me look tiny, but it's about 17 inches long. This is just a prototype, and so there's a lot of details in here that are not quite accurate based upon, again, it's a first shot at what we were doing. We're in the process now of making sure that we can do everything we want to do, but it's got some cool features. So let's see. We got some, basically they're touch sets, right? And so if you, for example, if you touch the, can't see backwards. If you touch the license plate, the interior lights come on. You can see like the time circuits are there. Obviously you saw the flux capacitor fluxing. You got all kinds of cool stuff going on. There's another button that when you push that, or a spot when you push that, other things come on, like the lights come on. Let's see if I can do that again. Obviously the flux bands all light up. And then I think you saw this at the show. This is the cool feature. This will take a little bit for it to warm up. But,
the cigarette smoke? Yeah, I was kidding.
Smoke will be coming out of here in a second. So it goes through basically a cycle. And right now that motor is a little noisy, but it'll be like almost a silent motor when it's ready to go.
Nice.
That's amazing.
It is. Now, do you have is there going to be extra button just in case you want to play the theme song, like Back to the Future?
No, I wish. We always kick around the idea of whether or not to do sounds or not in some of these. And sometimes we feel that sometimes when you do it, if it's not like a super, super iconic sound, sometimes it can tend to like kidify, make it more like toy than it is a collector item. And I think it kind of depends on what it is. So we didn't do sounds for like Star Trek, the Enterprise. We're not doing sounds for this as well, just because, again, we debated this quite a bit, honestly. Because if you add sounds to it, now all of a sudden it sounds like something that Playmates would put out. And no offense to Playmates by any means, but we'll see. This one, right as it stands right now, this one won't have sound effects.
Nice. We do have some questions from the viewers here. So Damien asks, any chance we could see anything for the 40th anniversary of the A-Team and Terrorhawks? Be great to see something.
You know what, that A-Team, that 80, what is it, an 82 GMC Vandura would be awesome.
Yeah.
There's no plans for that right now, but man, that is a great suggestion. It is one that we did consider, and we did do some surveys on it, and it didn't necessarily rank the highest, but I think it's a smash. It's a smashing idea because I think when I was growing up, the A-Team was my favorite show by far.
Oh, yeah.
So that would be cool.
If you do A-Team and Airwolf, you got me. You got me.
Can you imagine? I would love to do Airwolf. Like I don't even know what scale to make that. Do you do like an 18th scale helicopter? You got
I'll buy it.
You got Hawk, and you got Ernest Borgnine, and you got that the girl computer. I think it was a girl. She did all the computer stuff because
yes. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you go down to all the '80s vehicles, like you could do Airhawk, Airwolf, maybe Knight Rider if that's available. That'd be nice.
Oh my gosh, it would be. That was actually that ranked up pretty high in some of the surveys that we did. I would love to do Kit, and it'd be fun to try to see if we can do like a Kit and then do like his arch nemesis Car.
Yes.
You remember when he had that bad guy?
Yes.
That was always, but he was void of human emotions, so like that was his strength, but it turned out to be his downfall. But yeah, that would be cool to do. There's some other ones. I'm a huge I don't know if anybody watched Firefly.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I'm a huge Firefly fan. I'd love to see something like that. I mean, the opportunities are somewhat endless. If we keep going with this, I'd like to do something from Aliens. Maybe do like the APC or even the dropship, or I don't even know. Something cool.
Because I think Hiya Toys did the vehicle, the car. I forget what it's called. The car that they were riding on Aliens too.
Oh, that APC, yeah, that big.
Sorry, yeah.
That was busted. It was like trying to bust through walls and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be cool. I don't remember. There was a company out there a long time ago that I think they did a kit of it. I think it was Halcyon. They did it, and it's impossible to find now. But I think it was a vinyl kit. It was, I think, how vinyl kits can be. Sometimes they start to, especially on a hot day.
Right.
If you have a hot man cave, that thing would be like a puddle. It's a puddle. But,
mopping it up.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Bart asks, where is the hook to catch the wire?
That's a good question. Hold on.
Oh, see,
Bart
asking a hard
question. He's got it. I think it's really refreshing too to see how much you listen to your audience and to your consumers. You've mentioned multiple times about surveys and taking people's different opinions, and not all toy companies do that. So that's refreshing to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, because without you guys, without the fans, we're nothing. I mean, what are we doing it for? You know what I mean? So, here's the hook. It's kind of cool. It's got it's copper, and then it's got the whole long thing, and then this part mounts obviously on the back, right behind the reactor, and then we are making it so that way, if anybody remembers the movie, when he's flying around the town square, he's got the hook. The whole pole like strapped to the side of the vehicle. We're going to have it. You can do that for that as well as a display. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be really cool.
Mike asks, what was the exact reaction when the Kickstarter funded in 27 minutes?
You know what? I want to say that I was super, super excited, but it was one of those things where I knew it was going to happen. And so I wasn't like, I was just kind of like, oh yeah. You know what I mean? Like it was like it's like when you go for a 3-pointer and you just kind of look away, and it sinks in. You're like, yeah, no problem. No, it was actually very exciting because you're always a little nervous when these campaigns start, and you think it's going to go well, and you hope it's going to go well, and then when it like does really well, it's a really good feeling because then you know that you did something right, and so I'm like. I don't seem like I'm excited, but I am ecstatic.
Well, your shirt says you gotta show the people your shirt because your shirt shows that you're super excited.
You know what? I just got this shirt, and so I look like that dad that has the white shoes on. But I'd never seen this design before, and it's kind of cool. It's got some, it's all in kanji, and so I thought it was cool. So
that is an awesome shirt. Like I love that. Like you make me want to go out and buy that shirt now.
Yeah,
because that's so cool. Awesome.
Trend setting here.
Yeah, that's me.
Grace says, any plans for adding a flight mode from the future timeline?
Not on this release, but if we do a second one, we'll obviously add that. So there was in the beginning we were going to have this kind of be the end all be all, where it was going to have every mode, like because Hot Wheels did that. I don't know, several years ago in their 18 scale, they came out with this gigantic release where it came up with everyone that you could possibly put together. And we thought about that, and it started to get like really costly, and so, you know, I know Hot Toys when they did theirs, you know, when they came out with their first one, they didn't have it go into flight mode, and people were a little upset about it, and they made their own. You know, they bought the aftermarket or the 3D printed parts to do their own. The problem is that, you know, if you look at here, I'll just show you. So like on the bottom of a stock DeLorean, you know, it basically looks like this, right? And so you have all these little body panels, but if you look at the bottom of at the end of the movie, the first movie, and obviously in the second movie, the chassis looks way different. It's got these weird repulsor engines on the bottom and all kinds of stuff. And so we decided, because you see this version of the car 99% of the entire movie, just do the stock version of it. Don't worry about, or just do that version of it. And then if things go well, we'll come out with a second version it'll be, you know, obviously it'll be the same car, but it'll have like tons of enhancements, and it'll make it so that way you can, and the cool thing about that is you can display these side by side, as opposed to, I got to quick transform this one now to get it to look cool, where you can just keep it like in a display case. You don't have to worry about it.
Nice. And I say this is great for those who do figure photography. This is going to be a great piece to add on to it, because I told Chris, I said, watch, the first picture you're going to see is Deadpool and Cable hanging outside, looking to watch it.
I remember when you said that, and that was funny, because you're right. This is going to happen, and that was part of the inspiration for doing this scale, this 1/10 scale. One, because nobody'd really done 1/10 scale before, except for like Iron Studios, but it was like a static statue. And obviously, Eagle Moss had done their 1/8 scale, and it blew. I mean, it wasn't unachievable or unattainable, but it was hard to get, right? Because you have to wait a long time to get it. And then obviously Hot Toys has their big, massive ones, which are awesome, but they're so big. So we decided to do a different scale that nobody had been doing, and also to make it to scale to, you know, there's 7-inch figures in general, because, you know, as you know, some of the other time machines that are out there, they're too small compared to the figures, right. And so you see a lot of people have these awesome displays. They're awesome Back to the Future displays, but then all their figures are standing next to either a car that's way too big or way too small. And we just we're like, you know what, this makes the most sense. Like, it just the stars aligned, and we decided to run with it.
Yeah, and you did a great job with it. Like I said, the fans love it, and
yeah,
from what I've seen, it looks amazing. Like, yeah, there's no words I could say that can hype it up even more than what it is.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of stuff packed into it. And again, you know, we're still in the process of ironing out some of the wrinkles as far as where the deco goes and how we do it. And if anybody's been part of the VIP group, you know that you know, there's hot debates going on what we should be doing, what we shouldn't be doing, and we're not ignoring anybody. It's just, it boils down to a matter of how can we achieve it and still keep that price point for everybody to be able to get it. So, you know what I mean? We'll get there. I think everybody in the end will be pretty happy with it.
That's good. Our viewers got some other suggestions too. They're like, Robert Diaz says Magnum PI.
That Ferrari would be sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. Damien says both would be great. Maybe the Fall Guy Jeep.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Grace says the Serenity is an awesome ship.
Yeah, that's from Firefly.
Bones, my man, congratulations. He just, I do apologize. I've seen your post, but thank you and congratulations as well. He says, no, don't tease me with the Serenity from Firefly.
Oh, that'd be sweet. That's, for me, that'd be my personal. Oh yeah, V would be great.
Yes, I forgot about V. Yeah, that one would be awesome.
Yeah.
Even Battlestar Galactica.
Which would you do? Would you do, if you did Battlestar Galactica, would you rather see something from the original series from the 70s, in the 80s, or would you rather see something from BSG 75 with Edward James Olmos?
That's a good question.
Yeah, right?
Tough one.
I'm a big fan of both. In fact, I mean, I remember I watched, you know, the original one back when I was a kid, and I freaking loved it, even though it was a direct Star Wars ripoff. But at the same time,
it
was cool because it was another space saga with cool ships and stuff, and I loved it. And then when BSG 75 came out, boy, that show, I don't know, something, it really gripped me by the throat. there was something it got kind of crappy towards the end, I suppose, in my opinion. But but you know what? Most long running series, like they never know how to end them.
Yep.
Exactly.
But when I watched the pilot episode, I was sucked into that show. Like, I mean, I was like petrified. I'm like, how are these people going to get out of this thing? But it was cool.
So one of the first ways I took up some time when the world shut down a couple of years ago, Sci-Fi did an entire marathon of that. And literally I was waking up every morning just banging out episodes, watching it or DVRing them for later. Like I never sat down and watched it straight through. I kind of did like piecemeal over the years. And it just pulled me in. And then I went back and started watching the movies that they made based on the show. Yeah. It was so good. I want to do it again that we're talking about it.
Yeah, a couple years ago, I don't know if anybody remembers this. It was a small company. It was kind of a subsidy, not subsidy. How do I want to put that? It was kind of a spin-off of our company. It was called Joyride Studios. And we did a lot of, like, we did Halo action figures. We did Sonic the Hedgehog figures. We did all kinds of stuff. Yeah. And we did come out with a series of Battlestar Galactica, the old school one. And so we had like Apollo and Starbuck, and we did some Cylons, we had some ships and all that kind of stuff. And that was fun. That was fun to work on. Yeah. Anyway.
Flash of Thunder says, all that sounds badass. I'm supporting this.
Thank you.
Bart says, make me a Gunstar from the last Starfighter movie.
Wouldn't that be sweet? I would love to do that and then have it go into that. What do they call that? The blossom mode. There's something blossom. Yeah, all of a sudden it goes, starts spinning and shooting lasers and destroys everybody. Imagine that as some kind of a cool little replica you have on your desk, right? And you just push it, and somehow it's floating there. I don't care how it's whatever happens. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Greg says, I would love a Stargate puddle jumper.
I don't know what that is.
I think, was that from the show or from the movie? Because I don't remember was it in the first movie? Because it's been a long time since I've seen Stargate.
I have to be honest. I didn't really watch a whole lot of Stargate, the series. I watched the movies, but I did not watch the series too much.
Oh, that could be something. You all could actually build like a active Stargate. Because I've seen like a lot of 3D printed ones. Yeah. That look very good and very well done. But that could be one, like a 1/10 scale, like active Stargate. You push the button and it starts turning and locking in. That would be awesome.
That would be cool. I don't know how you do that. I'm sure there's a way.
The wheels are turning right now. I can tell you.
Exactly. You could do like augmented reality, right? So you have that thing sitting on your desk, and you just use your phone to look at it, and you can see where it goes, whoosh, and the water out. We should brainstorm. Let's have a big brainstorm.
I will be there. Look, you just put my name on a product somewhere. I'm good.
Think tank. I'm in.
Yeah. Brainstorms are fun. They're exhausting, but they're fun.
Robert says, any hope of Coyote from Hardcastle McCormick? I forgot about that car. I had that car as a kid. Thank you, Robert, because I did have that car as a kid.
You know who made that? Ertl. Ertl made that, and that's basically who Tomy bought out several years ago. Yeah. They made a lot of those. They made a lot of those cars. They made Knight Rider and A-Team and Hardcastle McCormick and all kinds. Blade Runner. Believe it or not, they did the first Blade Runner diecast. Oh, wow. And it didn't sell very well because at the time when Blade Runner when they were touting the movie, they said it was going to be like the next Star Wars. Well, it's nothing like Star Wars. And so when the toys hit the shelves, everybody's like, we're not buying this for our kids. You know what I mean? Because it just wasn't the movie that they thought it was going to be. But those were cool.
Let's see. We had one other one. Let's see.
That's how Hex said that. Hex said that he had the active camo Master Chief. Was that the one that was from the San Diego Comic-Con? There was one that was a mail away, and then there was one from the San Diego Comic-Con show exclusive.
I think so.
Anyway. Yeah, Ecto 1 in either scale would be awesome, but you're right, it would need sound. And the only sound it would need is the siren. You know that
Oh man, because we have not. I don't think because Hasbro didn't do it when they made they put out the re-release of when they made. Actually, I should say when they did the original team, and then when they did the new team, I don't think we got a new Ecto one with either one of them. Did we, Tom? I don't think we did.
I thought they did one.
I think there was one. I think they did one. Yeah, I remember seeing
But
it.
But it wasn't big enough to put the figures in.
Yeah,
I think that's what the problem is. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So these figures. So just to compare, here's the Ghostbusters figures from Hasbro, and here's Marty from NECA, and so you can see that Marty's a foot taller, at least. So
right.
this is more 6-inch scale. This is more like 1/12, and this is more 1/10. So if we were to do, if we were to go do any more vehicles, if we could, I would probably stick with 1/10 scale, just so that way, because not everybody collects the figures. Some people just collect the vehicles.
Right.
And I've seen companies come out with different releases where their scales are all over the place because they're trying to fit it into a certain cube, so to speak, certain footprint, and it starts to look weird. Like when you have, when you have like a 3-inch long Volkswagen Beetle sitting next to a 3-inch long Cadillac Eldorado or something like that, it doesn't look right. You know what I mean? Because they're two different scales, and even though they're the same size. So I don't know. I think we're still figuring some stuff out, but I would like to stick with 1/10 scale.
If you do that, and if you do get to do the Ecto one, can you have it where you pull out and the little backpacks are on there, and everybody can just grab the little backpacks come up? That'd be.
It would be a crime not to.
Thank you. I know the Ghostbuster fans would be happy. They'd be like, "Yo, you take little backpacks off, put them on them. Look at this."
You have to. That's probably the one thing you can't leave out.
Yeah. So a little bit more about sorry for going into having more questions. Greg said it was from Stargate Atlantis, the puddle jumper. It was more prominent there. Yeah, so I
didn't watch that.
Yeah, same here.
I should have. All of my friends watched it, and they were mad at me for not watching it. But there's too much stuff to watch, man.
Yeah, right.
You can't watch everything.
Yeah, that is very true. Especially when you go back and watch the old stuff, because I'm going back and watching X-Files for the first time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's such a good series. So good.
It is.
I did not know until about a week or two, like 2 weeks ago. I think they play it like on blocks on a random channel on Sling TV. So I'm flipping through, and it's like midnight. I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I get on a channel. I'm looking at them going, is that Bruce Campbell? And then I'm like, wait, what? I never knew Bruce Campbell was in an episode of the X-Files.
Yeah.
I saw it as a kid and didn't know, but like,
right.
Oh my God.
Right.
There was a lot of cameos in that show. Like Jack Black was in there.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
God, I forget who else was in there. But yeah, a lot of cameos in there. Greg says Prime and Pluto have all the Stargate shows. Bart asks, "What about?" Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Let's see. Bart says, "What about the motorcycle from Street Hawk? Hate the show, but love the bike." I forgot about Street Hawk. Yeah. Oh, Chris, we can't hear you. I'm not sure if we lost your audio. No, still can't hear you. Let me see. Let's start this real quick. Mobile Clue says the episode Colorosity is scary as hell. I'm not sure what episode that is. Mike says 112 vehicles tend to be too tight to fit anyway. Robert says I would like to see the man make I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, a Tacomi from Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell.
No help with
that. Chris, if you click on settings and then audio, you should be able to change your. I think it might just change your mic by accident. Oh, Damien, I didn't think about that. Captain Power, wow. But you have to have the VHSs to go up with that, though. Mike says Tomy sounds Chris for being too awesome.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
I don't know what happened.
Mike said Tomy silenced you for being too awesome.
You might be right. You might be right. No, I don't know what happened there. There's a lot of good. I mean, listen, you guys, you've got a lot of good ideas here. Captain Power, holy crap, I forgot about him.
Right.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. The spider tanks
Bart,
from Ghost in the Shell would be sweet.
Bart's like Street Hawk. Bart, you and your Street Hawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bart. Bart's a good guy. He be happy because he's always hounding me about his Indiana Jones hat that he doesn't need anymore since Hasbro gave him his Indiana Jones, so he doesn't need a hat anymore.
Oh, we get a special hat.
Yeah, he
Nice.
he doesn't need a hat. He's like Natalie Barbie. He doesn't need a hat. Oh, Mike, yeah, I forgot. You know what? The Roswell ship from Independence Day.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
That would be cool. Any sort of like UFO, UAP,
Yeah.
That would be cool. That'd be really neat just to throw it up there on your desk.
Yo, so if you do this, and if you decide, I know it's a very small group of us who will want this, but the Flight of the Navigator ship.
Flight of the Navigator.
Yeah, I love that one because that one could almost
Is
like
that the one?
morphed.
Is that the one with the kids that are in the capsule? The carnival ride.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a carnival ride. Yeah, because it's like it has like the little robot. The ship is talking to him, and he has a little alien that's like he found as a friend on the ship.
Was River Phoenix in that? Am I thinking the wrong show?
I can't remember if River Phoenix is in that.
Hold on.
You know what's funny? I have it on Blu-ray, and I haven't watched it. I just had it just for nostalgia reasons because I'm like, I love this movie.
NJ Tree's all about it. He said, "Yo, I'm all about Flight of the Navigator."
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of a totally different. No, I'm thinking of a different one.
Oh yeah, that's right. You are right. NJ Tree is right. He says Pee Wee Herman was the voice of the ship.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What
so
was...
Jay's fixes. Yeah, the ship was silver. It was like
Yep,
silver, but it morphed. It like kind of like when it was flying, it morphed into like a whole different ship.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. What was the one sci-fi movie of the kids that it was basically a floating bubble that could go through space, but they couldn't sit in it, so they used a carnival ride seat thing in it. Oh shoot. Somebody will know it. Somebody will know it.
Yeah. It's definitely I can tell you right now, somebody here would know. Because everybody they know it like from the dark reaches of the movies to know. So somebody in the comments will know.
It was Explorers. Do you remember watching the Explorers?
Yes. Oh,
Ethan Hawke was in it.
Yes. It's been so long since I've seen that one.
Yeah, that's what I just thought you guys were talking about. But yeah.
You know, so Damien does bring up a good one, but I don't know if he could get the license for it since it's like kind of like back and forth. But never really saw Silverhawks here in the UK. Never shown at all on TV, but until B Sky launched with Sky One channel late 80s. That would be some cool ships, like the Silverhawk ship.
Yeah. That would be cool. All right. Now we're hitting on
Mad Max car and
yeah, now we're hitting on something I really, really love. So we were kicking around for a while the idea of doing the Pursuit Special or the Pursuit Special car, but it wasn't necessarily any particular scale or for any reason. We really wanted to do it because I love it. There's a company out there. They came out with some diecast versions of the Mad Max. So he's talking about the ones from Road Warrior, but there was I guess it was the end of Mad Max. But I really like the yellow and red, white, and blue police cars, the Holden and Ford Falcon police cars. But I don't know, it'd be cool. All this stuff's cool.
So before we go a little bit more into the comments out here, we'll go into like the rewards. So we do show the rewards. Excuse me. So can you kind of explain? Because I know there was a early bird and a VIP early bird special, and I think that's where some people had a little bit of a misunderstanding about what was going on with the VIP.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. I really didn't quite know what the difference was between the two, and it was kind of for me, it was something that was kind of a gray area, and I think it was kind of it was a little bit more of a grand experiment to kind of get to gauge the interest on who's going to participate in it. Um, and to be honest, it really helped because it basically when you pledge the $5 VIP access, it helped us realize that who was super passionate about it and who was kind of really like married to it, and in a way that helped us kind of figure out how many we thought we were going to be able to do and if we're going to be able to do it in general. It didn't quite work out the same way that we wanted it to, and so if people I believe we were refunding some of the $5 because it wasn't quite clear what you were getting with that.
Right.
And we do apologize for that because like I said, it was kind of an experiment and it didn't quite work out the way that we wanted it to, and we want to remain as transparent as possible with all of you guys. It didn't quite work out the way. That's all right. We just wanted to again, we don't want to make anybody feel like they're getting totally ripped off at all, because that's the last thing. I hate that. I hate when you think you're getting something, or you feel like something isn't quite right, and you just feel kind of you feel kind of skeezy the whole way through until you get the whatever it is, or you don't get it and you're like, I knew it was a ripoff.
Right.
We're trying to stay as transparent as possible, and we are, like I said, we are listening to everybody, what everybody's concerns are, their suggestions, what they're really mad about, what they're really happy about, and reacting to it as well as we can to give everybody basically the best possible product we can do.
For those who were upset, there you go. You got your answer.
Yeah.
So
the moderators in the VIP group, Valerie and Laura, are freaking angels. They're so great with what they do. They handle, because tempers can flare and people get on their soapbox, or people start trolling, and they don't fall for it. They just basically just waltz right in and they say some very calming words about this or whatever, and everybody's like, oh, okay, we're fine, we're cool, everything's cool. Whereas if me or Travis were to like be moderators, would be like dropping the F-bomb left and right. You're banned, you're banned. Just because I take, I take, I don't get offended easily, but I'm like, you know what, dude, I know what you're doing. I know what you're trying to do here. Get out. But it's all good. It's all good.
There you go.
I appreciate everybody's passion. I know everybody wants the best they can get, and so do I. So
yeah, sometimes cool. The passion get a hold of us, and we say some wild things on the internet, and then it's like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, it's all right. It works out. It's gonna work out. It's gonna be cool. I know you guys are gonna be super happy with it.
Yeah. Scruffy Nurse says, wow, almost $1 million. Congrats.
That's awesome. I haven't checked the numbers in the past hour, so that's cool. I stopped checking every 15 minutes for a while.
I wanted to ask you that, how often you were hitting refresh, out of curiosity.
You know what? The first day I was busy, and I was glad that I was busy because I didn't want to just watch the numbers, just because I wanted to be surprised every time I looked into it. And so I think every maybe 2 hours I would take a look at it and be like, oh my God, it's working. So it was cool. I know Travis was watching that thing like a boiled egg, man. He was just like, he's like, every time something went up, he's like, yeah. He's going crazy. Like I hear him hooting and hollering over here. And it was cool.
Mike says, you guys have been transparent as heck. And then he also says, Chris, I work in customer service on government purchases and work my face off to keep people calm. Your people are a million times better than me, and that's no small feat.
I'll say it again. Valerie and Laura are amazing. I don't even know how they do it. I really don't know how they do it, but they're just like, I don't know. They obviously they've been they're willing they're very they've been, you can tell they've moderated groups before, either professionally or in their in their spare time, and they realize that you can catch more flies with honey than vinegar. So there's no reason to, everybody's can be a berserker on the internet, but if you can calm people down, that's a Mike's right. That's a feat in itself, just to calm people down, because people love to get mad
at anything and everything.
Everything.
So tell us, like, how'd you come? So, what did you have anything else that you were planning for stretch goals that didn't make it in, and you just wanted to stay kind of like simple with it, or these what was kind of planned out for the stretch goals with the lightning bolt and the flames?
It was pretty much planned out that way, because we were trying to think of, like, what are the no-brainers? What are the things you want to offer that people are going to expect, or even want. You know what I mean? And so we did the lightning rod. Obviously, that's something we thought everybody wants to have. Obviously, Einstein. Einstein is he's looking pretty rad. He's a pretty cool little pup.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is just a prototype. This is, I think, the only thing that that the licensor had us change a little bit was change his nose, believe it or not. But otherwise, he's looking pretty good. But like sometimes they change something just because they can. And so they wanted to change his nose, and he's looking pretty good. The flame trails, I think we're getting close to being able to unlock that. And I don't even remember what some of the other tiers are now. We've kind of gone back and forth on a few of them, but I think we'll get there. One way or the other. We'll get there.
Oh yeah, you got 26 days. There's time. There's plenty of time. You're at $800. Yeah, $889,090 already. You got time.
Yeah, but we have some time, and it's. We're planning on all of it, so we'll get there. I'm excited.
And then we do have the specs here as well. And as you said, scale for capability with 7-inch figures.
Mm-hmm.
And the wheels do move, correct? I know somebody
they do. The wheels. Here's the thing. The wheels spin. Obviously the wheels. I'm just going to show you real quick. Obviously the wheels turn. The front wheels, back wheels, they turn. They just don't. They're not positionable. They don't steer.
Okay.
And we that was one of those things where we felt that if it's really necessary, we'd add it, but it's not. At the same time, we don't feel it really was like a make or break thing for us. We'd rather focus and spend the money on some of the other details, like the cool lights, the smoke feature, which everybody's going bonkers over. Yeah. So we did, like I said, we slimmed a few things down to fatten other things up.
And the box art looks great. Like that looks amazing.
Yeah, that's kind of in line with what our look is now. So we did the this big gigantic 1/350 scale die-cast Star Trek Enterprise, and it weighs like, I want to say 22 pounds. It's so massive. But that's basically that's going to be our style guide more or less going forward. Just a very classic, elegant looking package that it didn't scream graffiti. It just looked like it was something very special.
Very nice. And then you get the team here all together and made this come together.
Yeah. So we got a few people on graphics. We got a model maker, a couple model makers. We got a couple engineers, and there's Travis, and I'm over there on the far right. But yeah, we're working feverishly to get this thing going. So this past week has been not a nightmare, but it's been a go because we're every single piece has to have its own deco spec. You know what I mean? As far as like what color it is, how do you paint it, how do you decorate it, how do you do this, whatever. I've been creating artwork for the gauges, for everything. So it's just been a go. It's fun. I love sweating the details, but it's exhausting. But it's fun.
But
I've been doing this a long time. Yeah, I've been doing diecast
I-
replicas for a very, very long time. It's a labor of love. I hate it half the time, and half the time I love it. And then when I'm done with it, I hate it. Like I never want to look at it again. So, but so far this
Bart
hasn't
says,
jaded me on
go,
the movie.
Well, that's good.
Oh yeah.
As long as you still love it. Bart says, go, go, go. Is that a hint for a Mach 5?
That would be cool. Ertl came out with that in 1/18 scale. I don't know. I think in the early mid 2000s, like 2010s. It was pretty cool.
Actually, mine's is right behind me.
Yeah.
The Mach 5. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I worked on some of those. Believe it or not, some of those 18 scale vehicles.
Oh. Is it 18? I don't know if it's 18. If it's like 12-inch figures, I don't know which one. It's like the one that came with the figures.
Oh, then it's probably not. Is it the one from the movie, or is the like the later movie, or from the old classic cartoon?
The old classic cartoon.
Yeah, we probably didn't do
that. Mike says a light up Twin Pine or Lone Pine Mall sign would be fun.
That would be cool.
There you go.
That would be cool.
And then Jason Figs says a flying Ford Angelia.
I don't know what that is.
I'm not sure.
He needs to explain that. I'm not even going to Google it. He needs to explain it. I think he's making stuff up.
So if you do want to pledge, I have pinned the Kickstarter link to the chat here, so you have your pledge items all listed here. And you know you're gonna need your Einstein $344 with Einstein. You know you can't go wrong without him. You need him. He says it's Harry Potter's Invisible Car.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about now. I didn't know it was called that. I forgot it was called that.
I didn't know we had an invisible car. I don't Harry Potter. I just learned something today.
We could just ship. We could ship an empty box.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Don't do that, because that made Mattel fans mad when they did that Legion of Superheroes and they had the Invisible Man in there, and it was like just an empty clamshell, and people were hot. People were mad. I was mad.
Oh, that would suck. That's a funny joke, but not funny.
Yeah,
not funny at all.
But funny if it's not your money invested in it, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
Well, especially if you paid money for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, a TARDIS. Craig says a TARDIS would be sweet. That would be cool.
Stop it, Jay. No, nobody. Look, Jay. Told you about bringing that dude's name up in here. Sorry, me and McFarlane got beef. I have beef with McFarlane.
Yeah, I love him and don't at the same time. He's come up with some cool stuff. He's passionate about his stuff, but I don't know. Yeah. He's taking a lot of my money. I'll tell you that.
Oh no, Chris, you hurt me.
Just like that, at 59 minutes and 22 seconds, the podcast is over. Dante just closed it out. All right, so I got a random question for you. Random question.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're talking about Back to the Future, time travel, right? We're talking about a lot of other movies and properties that may involve time travel. Now, I guess the easy answer to this question would be Back to the Future, but please don't pick that. What other movie that has time travel in it do you think is like the best like time travel concept? Because like writers and authors, directors always have their different spin on time travel. You know, the Avengers, obviously, Back to the Future. So where would you go with that? What movie do you think had the most sound explanation or the way time travel worked in that film besides Back to the Future?
You know, if you're really talking about the technicalities of time travel and if it's plausible or whatever, the time machine, like somebody just mentioned that the time machine's good. Looper, I thought was cool.
Oh, that movie melted my friggin' brain. It's to this day.
Yeah, right. Looper is great. Obviously Terminator, right? Terminator is such a good time. But I mean, that's such a gimme. But Looper was one that kind of blew my socks off a little bit. Like I wasn't sure what to expect with it. And I'd rather do that. That's how I go into movies. Like I don't tell me how it is, because I'm just going to assume it's a pile of crap, because then if you watch it, you're like, this is amazing. but Looper was like, I thought it was well written, and it kind of handles some of the. I mean, time travel's a tricky concept, and I thought it handled it fairly well. I mean, it kind of depends on whose theory you follow, but boy, I don't know.
There's so many that it's hard to keep up.
There really is. I don't know.
But yeah, Looper was wow. Yeah, that was a good choice. That one.
That's the one that sticks out for me.
Yeah, somebody mentioned Interstellar in the chat. That makes me scared of time travel. Like how
that movie. Okay, that movie actually was it was probably the best explained as far as trying to explain time travel to a layman, to the average person. It got really close. How everything's fractal. Everything just goes. Everything is every second is splits off into 15,000 different possibilities, and it was weird and tough, and it was very cerebral, but it was cool.
And the
music. I'd love to do that. Yeah, I'd like to do that robot. The big square robot that all of a sudden he pinwheels. He starts pinwheeling.
That would be.
You're like what?
Yeah, man.
The
soundtrack, just really good at that. The music on that, I just love it. It's so good, so good.
Yeah, and you can't go wrong with McConaughey.
Nope.
But we always leave out Tenet, because Tenet was technically a time traveling movie.
Oh yeah,
Tenet,
that was weird.
It was a weird one, but
I'm not gonna lie. I had a hard time. I mean, I was watching, and I from the beginning they kind of explain how it works. Right. The whole movie, I'm like, I don't get how they're doing this. Like, it made my brain start to melt a little bit. I turned it off, but that was a good one. That was a good one.
Jace Fix says, "What about Planet of the Apes?"
That'd be cool. Which one?
Here we go. Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles 3. They just had a little maraca thing that's like, we're going back in time. Hey.
Yeah. The Dragula from Monsters would be cool. We did that in 18 scale. I worked on that in 18 scale for American Muscle, Ertl American Muscle. That was pretty badass.
I forgot about this. Ratface Forces Netflix show Dark. It's an awesome time travel show. I forgot about that. It is a time traveling one. Yeah.
Check that out.
Bart says, "What about the Shaggy Dog van from Dumb and Dumber?" Joking.
That, I'll tell you what. That was probably when Travis and I were first kicking around ideas. That was probably the number one. That was our first idea. How sweet would that be? Because we were thinking about, okay, what vehicle or license is out there that nobody's done really, and everybody would probably really dig it. We're like the mutt. What do they call it? The mutt cut. The you know what I mean? That whatever, and it kind of went off on its own tangent there, but that'd be cool.
Ooh, here we go. Scruffy Nurse says Bill and Ted.
I don't know what would you do from Bill and Ted?
I guess the phone booth.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Did anybody do figures of that? I think so.
I think they only did. So I think it was either, I can't remember who.
I think
it was NECA. They only came out with one
recently. But I think they're the 8-inch cloth, aren't they? They're the larger.
Oh,
yeah.
You might be right.
Yeah, NECA only did. I think they only came out with one. They didn't come out with either. They didn't come out with Bill or I can't. I think it's either Ted. They didn't come out with. I think they did Bill, but I don't think they came out with Ted. It was weird. Bart says, "Can you please get the Eagle 5 from Spaceballs? I need an RV spaceship in my life."
That would be so freaking sweet. That would be awesome. Boy, I like that idea a lot. Damien said the anything from Running Man would be cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. He's right. Dynamo would be pretty cool. Remember when he got shocked?
Yeah.
I think he got his genitals shocked pretty good. That was awesome. It was awesome.
So Chris, again, thank you for hanging with us. I appreciate it. If you want to stay with us a little bit longer, we're going to talk some toys. If you would have to dip out, I understand completely.
I do need to scoot, but it's been a pleasure. If you guys ever want to do this again, let me know, because it's you guys
definitely.
Yeah,
we'll love to have you back on. Just talking some toys with us. Yes.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Oh man. Michael just said make the Taxi from The Fifth Element, and I am all for that. It's probably one of my top 5 movies. Either you love it or you hate it, and I love it.
I love it. Fifth Element's awesome.
Cool. All right, guys. I got to scoot, but again, it's been a pleasure. If you have any questions, Dante or anybody else, find me. And if we're
Thank
gonna
you.
do this again, we'll do it.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate
Definitely.
it.
Cool, guys.
Appreciate it.
See you later.
Nice weekend.
See you.
See ya.
Have a good night.
See ya.
See. Man, that was some fun times, folks. That was good.
Yeah, and now I got to rewatch Looper and remelt my brain because I never all the movies going through my head I thought he might say. I never thought he'd say Looper, and now it's like crazy, crazy. So Dante, I heard there's this little event going on, some kind of upstart thing out in San Diego next weekend. Is that true? I heard there's something going on with toys and
it's
comics.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's something like that. But we could talk about the something like that things right now with some Discord stuff. Thanks to Jason Lopez, who keeps the Discord up and jumping up to date with everything. So let me pull that up here. Let's see. Here we go.
So much stuff in the news. So some of the stuff in the news, Dante, I just was missing things. We'll talk later. I had a project.
There's a lot.
I saw that the chuckles. And I thought it was fake. I thought it was like a third party thing. And I'm like, shoot, this is actually their exclusive. I totally forgot that they were going to be doing them.
Yeah. So we'll start with like the first kind of news that was kind of dropping was a Jazzware panels. For those who do play Call of Duty, we're getting Call of Duty figures. We're getting the first one looks like it's Ghost is exclusive for San Diego Comic-Con. So that would the Call of Duty, it looks good. I like to see more of it in hand, like just from instead of the pictures that have been put out. I just see something like actually in hand, like a little bit more close up of it. But it looks like it comes with some soft goods, a soft goods cape on them. So hopefully when Comic-Con starts, we'll see some more in-depth pictures of it, and hopefully it'll look better. But for right now, it looks decent enough. Is it decent enough for me starting a line? That's the question.
You just got to keep digging a hole, man. Getting more stuff you got to pick up, right? It's so hard, especially this time of year for SDCC, because all these marketing groups just do such a great job of amping up new things. And it's just like, do I really kind of keep going or not?
Yeah. Scarry says at least not articulated hands for a COD line. Yeah. But, I'm glad somebody's delving into the Call of Duty line because that could be another line for folks who are looking for something inexpensive like the Fortnite figures. The next up is the Omega Power Rangers. I've kind of know a little bit about these, but I don't know a whole lot. So you hitting the 4 with their 4 weapons. I know somebody said I think it's called the Death Ranger. I'm not sure if they're coming out with that, but hey, more power to those Power Ranger fans. At least they're getting stuff that looks good.
And I'm sorry, was this a 4-pack for the exclusive, or is this just a new series?
This is just a 4-pack exclusive.
Okay, sorry, I just want to double check. Okay.
Yeah, these are from the comics. These are actually from the comic. Yeah.
Heard the comics were good. I never read them, but I heard that the comics were actually entertaining.
Yeah, the comics are amazing. Like the Power Rangers comics is really an in-depth story. Like they really do some good. Boom Studios has done some actual good work with their stories on those comics.
Nice.
Yeah, Stratton is right. He said they're missing the mask head for the Omega Rangers. Yes. Hopefully, coming in. Who knows? Maybe we'll get them later on. Dr. Bone says I might have to grab some of the COD figures depending on how they mend with Joe's and AF. Yeah. Greg says Omega Rangers were from Boom Comics. They retconned why the 3 left the team. Oh, see, I didn't get I don't think I knew about them, but I didn't read the whole story of them. Let's see. Then we got the Walmart exclusive collector's con figures. We got Obi-Wan. And then we got Force Ghost Qui-Gon, who looks like the meme.
They knew they were going to do it.
Standing like
ones. Yeah. Is there? Yeah. And again, for Black Series collectors who are in the chat, let me know. Is there that much of a demand for another Obi-Wan? Because I've seen each variation of him from the show, just peg worn basically everywhere to the point it got on clearance. So I guess it's the soft goods maybe is the big thing with this, but like, is there not? Now I can see for Qui-Gon there's probably a market because you want to fill out your shelf, but another Obi-Wan, are there that many people out there that really want another one?
Yeah. Bone says this is why you killed the younglings pose. Yeah. I with this one, like, this is weird. I have a feeling that these are going to peg warm and they're going to get discounted down. And you'll see these at Ollie's, and you'll see these on the next RG Ollie's video.
Yep, next half off store video, you'll see these popping up. Now, Dante, I do see a world though where you have that guy right there chilling with the spot. For some reason, if that goes to clearance, I want him in the spot chilling.
I can't, you know what? I don't have it. I don't have a need for him. Honestly, I don't.
If it's $7 at Ollie's, I'll find it for you.
Yeah, but it's weird because like the only thing, like this is weird. Like if it was Force Ghost Qui-Gon, like it was all Force Ghost, that's cool. But it's like he's like tangible, but almost like made non-tangible, like in certain spots, and it doesn't work.
Yeah,
like if you're a Force Ghost, you're all clear. I can see through you. I don't need to see like. It's a weird thing. I don't know if I'm explaining it right. It is what it is.
No, I follow. I get what you're saying.
Mike says, I've never pre-ordered from Walmart again. Jesse got delayed. Gray says, Obi pegs. Dr. Blunt says, it's the why you killed the youngest pose. Bart says, Tim, he's our only hope. Last Thunder says they think Obi will sell just off the name, but we've had enough. Yes, Rob, we're gonna talk about the Deadpool and Bob 2-pack. Gray says we had just 3 new Obi. We just had 3 new Obis. Why at 4? Exactly. Class Thunder says Mojo as a bar server. Mike says he wants to battle damage Vader. Damien says for SDC reveals who's your one character from Marvel Legends that you would like. Dante and Disavowed. Oh man. If anything, it'd be I think I would say Cardiac. Either Cardiac or a comic accurate Spot. That's what I'm going with. I'm sticking to my 2.
I have 2, but one's kind of a cheat because allegedly it might be happening. My first one's definitely Dum Dum Dugan. I would love another Dum Dum Dugan, and actually I'm gonna put a part B to that too. Also, Val, another Val, like a Shield version of Val, the Contessa. I think that'd be pretty cool to round out my Shield self. Which I just found out she was in the Ravencroft miniseries. Like I thought they killed her off in the comics, so I got to read about that. Apparently they brought her back because she's gonna be on the Thunderbolts in the next comic book that comes out. Because in the movie she's in there. Synergy. My second one I was gonna say is Blade, a good Blade.
Yeah, we do need an
older version. I don't want the new Avengers, the Avengers current version. I want like a classic vampire hunting Blade. Would be cool.
What's going on, No Chewing? How you doing? Damien says for me it's a Michael Corvick deluxe set. See, now the thing is, if they did a Michael Corvick deluxe set, who would come in? Because we already got Guardians, unless it's the new iteration of Guardians that you're talking about. I would love to have a Michael Corvick. That would be awesome. I think he would do good in like an Avengers or a space kind of I guess Fantastic Four villains wave, or like a Galaxy's like space wave. Like I'm trying to think of like who would be like if it was like like something that deals with the Brood kind of wave, like kind of like more space characters.
How about updated Brood? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Updated Brood would be pretty cool, man. That's I know some friends of mine will purchase the old Toy Biz ones, like the old school ones. They're not obviously big enough, but they can fudge into a display if you really want them to. But having this like a really kick-ass looking Brood, which I guess it'd probably have to be like an a deluxe figure maybe, like a Mojo sized Brood would be awesome.
Now Robert asks, would you take an updated Wesley Snipes Blade 1? No, I'm cool. I have Wesley Snipes Marvel Legends, and that's cool. I want a comic accurate Blade. Like I I love what he did. I love the movie, except for the third one. That was trash. I still like the first two. But I want a comic accurate one. Now, unlike Tim, I do want the new Avengers one. I like that one because he's still keeping the vampire nation in check in that one. And he's like keeping Dracula's people like, yo, you better chill. I'm the sheriff around here. Like, you better chill.
How about a Dracula in Marvel Legends form?
I would take that. I've been waiting for them to do that. I've been really waiting for them to do it because that's an easy one to do.
Right. And Dracula's public domain, so it's not like you have to worry about getting sued by somebody. So, yeah, I love this time of year. Just talking Legends. I slipped this year mentally. I totally forgot. Like, we'll be getting probably these new waves announced and things, and it's exciting. It'll be an exciting weekend.
Oh, wait until you see what I got coming tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
You know who I went to? My favorite place.
Good old CMD store.
That's right. But I did get my Cosmic Legions in. I'm loving those bad boys.
Nice.
Loving them. I got 3, but I think when I go to Legions Con, I'm going to get some more because I missed out on the big orange dude. I forget his name, and I do want him now. I kind of want him, and I want to get some more engineers because the engineers are awesome. Like, the engineers are fantastic.
Just while we're kind of discussing pickups, I finally built this guy this past week, and I like it. It's okay. Yeah, yep, there he is, Chode. It's not Choad, people. It's Chode. We're going cartoon world here. I get it. I'm not going to sit there and review it on the air. I get the fingers or whatever aren't right on it and blah blah blah. But for what it is, I like it. It's on my shelf, and I built it on a live stream on my channel this week. So you want to check me out? Building this guy and struggling on camera to get the leg to stay on. There he is. They're twins, Dante. And twins. What's the name of the little platform? Does that have a name?
I forget his name. And you know what? Honestly, because I have no idea what his name was. And I wasn't a big Starjammer fan. Like, when I was a kid, I was when it was on the cartoon, X-Men the animated series. I was like, ooh, I want the rest of the Starjammers. Because I think I had War Star. So that one I had because it was cool because with War Star it had the little guy that you can put in the back.
Yeah. And
he closed up. Yeah.
That's I don't know if I'm all in on building the entire Starjammers. I have Corsair obviously now, who I needed because it's the summer. It's Cyclops' dad.
Yes, I mean they spread them out. I'm good. You don't have to put them all together, but if you spread them out, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not in a rush to get them. I mean, I would like to finish my Now, oh my goodness, what's with Justice and Night Thrasher, Speedball?
New Warriors.
Yes, New Warriors. Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of the name for some reason. I would like to finish my New Warriors. That's the team I would like to finish.
Mm-hmm. That controller wave showed up at Ollie's this week with Speedball.
I see.
Crazy. It's just crazy. Ollie's used to be good twice a year, right around Christmas. And then in the summer. This has been I'm declaring it right now. This has been the summer of Ollie's bargain store. It's been the summer of Ollie's because every time I go in there, I'm finding Boss Fight Studios figures, which almost gave me a heart attack when I saw Bucky O'Hare there. We're getting all these Legends waves in full. It's not just Marvel Legends. It's all different stuff just coming in. I guess Target maybe over-ordered this year. I don't know. But tons of stuff in Ollie's, man.
Let me tell you something about the Ollie's I went to. It was a wreck. It was a train wreck.
Really?
It looked like it was, So I went there and I was I think it was that week of the 4th of July.
Okay.
Man, it looked like a train wreck that weekend because they had it was during that big sale.
I was just going to say, 15% off sale, people destroyed it.
Yo, the line was long. Number one. Number two, all they had was freaking Eternal Wave, and they had one Shriek figure. And then the others were just it was just all garbage. It was just, it was American Chavez to be hanging on the pegs. They had Fortnite figures.
Yep.
They had the gliders. I only bought one of the gliders. Then, like Art said in his last video when he went to Ollie's, I go check out the comics. It looked like somebody just ripped through all of them. I'm like, really?
As Art says,
really?
Theft.
I don't know if they even thought. I think they were just looking through to see what comics were in there.
Oh yeah. Unreal.
And then they had no boats at all.
I hit one store perfect. Oh, you saw the video, probably. One store perfect where they had like 12 of them or something. Which, by the way, shout out to Just Jay Hernandez, because now I'm in my head a little bit. Now when I'm filming these toy hunts, I'm a little bit in my head now, Jay. So
yeah,
Jay, you're living rent free up here right now, buddy. Just a little, not enough to stop.
It's about the size of a New York 1-bedroom apartment.
I kind of look both ways just to make sure, like crossing the street, like, okay, look both ways. All right, safe to get the camera out. Here we go. Because now I feel like the guy that's like in a movie theater filming the movie illegally or something, like all sorts of vibes. But I digress. But yeah, Ollie's, man. I got my boat and just crazy stuff. The Bucky O'Hare threw me the most, but that's there. Somebody told me Big Lots got in the Fantastic Four retro figures, which they also have at Ollie's for much cheaper. You mentioned along the lines where Dante. I am now getting into the guilty pleasure of picking up the little 3 3/4 because they're $3.99.
Right.
So I picked up Cyclops, Wolverine. The weekend of that 15% off sale, Dante, I bought 2 of them and I waited in line for like half an hour. I was so enraged. Yeah. I didn't want to not get them.
Yeah, it was wild. That weekend was wild. All right. Back to these crazy stuff. This is crazy news. Oh my goodness, what a crazy week. Chuckles.
There he is.
He was chuckling. He comes loaded. And also comes with a little sound wave there.
Yep, that's cool. They were talking about that on Toy Amigos, so you can paint it blue.
Yeah. And what's funny is I did watch Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Very good movie. Very good movie. I'm not going to ruin the end for anybody who haven't seen it, but I would suggest go see it. If you have a chance, just see it.
I know what you're referring to, and my brother-in-law spoiled it. He asked me ahead of time, "Do you mind if I tell you something about the movie?" And I knew I wouldn't see it, so I said, "Sure." So very interesting, Dante. That's an interesting. Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see where they take that. Seems like they're actually taking it serious because like they treated Transformers like actual Transformers. They were good. They actually treated it like it's supposed to be treated, not like a Michael Bay explosion fest with stupidness. Nice. It was kind of upsetting because Optimus Prime did not like humans. He was not a human. He's like, these humans. It's like these humans. These humans. He was the George Costanza of the group. These humans. These humans.
Good old George.
Taking me up to here.
Can't stand you. Oh my goodness. But yeah, this guy is loaded. I love the files, the classified documents.
Yeah.
Those are really cool. Or document with the suitcase. That's cool.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to grab this one.
Now, is this gonna be like having to go ham and like go crazy to try to get this, or is it gonna be pretty readily available for people like us who are not there?
This is exclusive for SDCC. So
right. I think last year they had what was last year's? Was it Zartan or was it not Zartan, sorry. Was it Serpentor?
Serpentor, yeah.
And who was
Mindbender? Yeah, Mindbender as well.
Yeah, okay. So I got those pretty readily, and I had some help from people telling me where to look. So feel free, everybody, on Instagram, Disavowed_12, as it says right here. Hit me up if you know how to get that easily come next weekend. Like code, whatever. Let me know because I'm not the best at finding that stuff out, unfortunately.
Yeah, honestly, it's gonna be on Hasbro Pulse. That's all I'm telling you, right? Because if it's exclusive, it's gonna probably 9 times out of 10 be on Hasbro Pulse first before they do anything. Before you find it on like Entertainment Earth and everywhere else. Yeah. So yeah, like Mike said, Mindbender and Serpentor went up like 3 times.
Yep, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I kept missing Mindbender. I kept missing him. Like every time he went out. Like the first time I couldn't get him. Second time I missed him. I think I got him on the third time. We did get some quick teases from this Swoosh about Jubei. If you go to their Instagram, actually, you can see it in different. You can see them in different colors. The gi in different colors, but it looks good painted up for the prototype. It does look good. I still like to see a little bit more before I go ham on it. But they did show I forget her name from the Ninja Scroll, the female ninja. The AEW came out of nowhere with theirs. As Tony Schiavone would say, it's Sting!
I'll do this thing well. Woo! As Bruno loses his mind. I did not even see this, Dante. This shows how far behind I am. That this was.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Yeah. This is a Jazzware exclusive for SDCC.
Oh wow, it's pretty cool. Reuse of the Darby coffin, right?
You know what? Probably, I think so.
I would think it is. I can't imagine the new coffin.
Yeah. Oh, what's on, Ted? But yeah, this is not like, I don't know if this is what I need though.
Yeah, I have the first thing that came out with. I picked up the Walmart exclusive. Obviously, I kept that one in the box. When it comes to wrestling, Dante, again, I've been on record. I'm waiting until the end of the year to buy most of my wrestling at ringside. It's just something. Yeah. The sales were too crazy last year. But again, like I don't need every version of the same wrestler. Like I have a Sting already. I'm happy with him. You know, Kenny Omega, I have the most. I have most of the Kennys just because Kenny's awesome. But like, right. Yeah, I don't need multiples of every character. Like Darby, how many Darbys do you get? Different face paint, and I get like Rey Mysterio is the same way for Mattel for WWE. But I personally, I think it's a good opportunity if people missed out on something to get one. You know.
Yeah, you know what? I pick and choose which AEW wrestlers I get. Cause I'm really picking and choosing because I don't need to have all of them. Mm-hmm. If it's a wrestler that I'm enjoying and I do like, I may go buy them. I'm like, all right, I'll put them on my shelf. That's fine. But I'm really like AEW, like even with WWE, I'm really picking and choosing like the wrestlers I want to buy. Yeah, like sure. I don't need to have every one of them.
Yeah, you have to be because they pump them out. So, I know the Jazzwares has kind of slowed down a little bit here, but you figure there's constantly new wrestlers out there. So it's like I feel like if you're just a wrestling figure collector, then it's okay. Mm-hmm. But if you're like us and we collect a little bit of everything, classified, Marvel Legends, NECA, like somewhere you run out of fingers to put in the holes in the bucket at that point.
Exactly. Robert Diaz says Kenny Omega sucks.
Easy, easy. Them fighting words.
Dr. Bone says, other than Penta, I'm not big on multiples. So the only Penta and Ray things I'll get from Jazzwares is that that special edition one there too, where they had them with the feathers. Those look great.
This is actually my AEW storage wall, Dante. These are all my. I'll turn the camera a little bit here real quick. This is literally this is where all of my AEWs went that I never opened. These are all obviously boxed. So I have a huge shelf of them downstairs to begin with, and then I was all in on this when it came out because, again, I've said before, I was watching that first ever press conference with six packs of knickknacks, and I freaking loved it. So I went all in, especially when they're on clearance. So like, I think a bunch of these were like ringside collectibles for like $5.99, but I don't have the space to open them all anymore. So exactly. Here. There's two Darbys right here. I mentioned the two Darbys. There's the Target Darby for $10.99. Then we have the Series 1 Darby. Here's the Sting. I do have another Sting. I didn't even know I had another one. Look at this.
The Sting!
Sorry, I'm on a side tangent. This I love. This is.
I should have got that. I missed out on that one.
I never obviously didn't open it because I thought it was too awesome. If I were to part with any of these, this would stay because, I mean, tragic. R.I.P. You know.
Yeah.
Sorry for the wrestling tangent, Dante.
There you go. So we got closer pictures of Ghost from Call of Duty. He comes with fist hand, a gripping hand. I think it's an M4, but it comes with removable magazines, a little walkie-talkie, and a pistol. And like I said, he's got a cloth cape as well.
And I think was the price point in question here. There's something people weren't happy about with this. I remember hearing on the interwebs.
That I don't know. I don't know what the price point of it is. Honestly, I have no idea what that price point is. This I was a little disappointed in.
Yeah. Now they did give him a torso though, I think this time, right?
Yeah, but still, it's still it's figures that we already got, and these weren't hard to find figures either.
No.
That's what. And I said, and I was like, I was disappointed in this. I was like, I thought it would have been better if it would have been a retro 2-pack. If it was Man Spider with a retro Morbius, I would have dealt with that a little bit better. This, they lost me on this one.
I don't need it. I had that Morbius forever ago and sold it forever ago. I never picked up that Spider-Man, not because of the lack of torso, but I think adding that in is how they're kind of justifying it here. Like, but still, I can't imagine somebody who has that original one is going to be like, oh, I want another one with the torso. Like, yeah. And this is going to be everywhere. This is just like a.
This is the part of Walmart's CollectorCon.
Oh, that's right, Walmart Collector. Another one I forgot about until I saw it pop up. CollectorCon. Yeah. This is gonna. I can't imagine this does that
well. Robert says, as long as Mattel gives me a Muhammad Hassan and Davari 2-pack, I don't care about any other wrestling figures. Wow, really? You know what? I'm not even going to say anything about that. Damien says, if Morbius had animated head, if it was animated Morbius and animated Man Spider, yes. Or if this was even like an animated 6-arm Spider-Man, maybe. But it had to be like a whole redo of a 6-arm Spider-Man.
Right, like to really reflect more of like the X-Men mutant episodes and
exactly.
Way, I apologize if my head's on a swivel because I'm upstairs. Bruno's very confused because typically like Alyssa and I are not on separate levels here, so he's back and forth and he's getting into stuff. Nothing bad. I'm just trying to watch him.
Yeah, you're fine. Good.
That's why. Just make sure he's on the up and up here because he's being brave.
J-Shot says yes, should have been an animated series 2-pack. That's right. What's going on, J-Shot?
J-Shot, and thank you for stopping in on X-Files last night, J-Shot. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. J-Shot's been everywhere. He was early. He was up early today, or during lunchtime. He was up there unboxing stuff. I don't know what was going on. They never invite me to their unboxing fun. You know, that's cool. Mike says the Man Spider is 20 years overdue. And Six Pack Knick-Knack says, what's going on, y'all?
What goes on? I was just talking about you, Six Packs, like literally 2 minutes ago.
Yes, you are. And then part of Walmart's Collectors Con is Captain America Bucky Barnes.
Oh, I have the original. Obviously, much better buck.
Yes.
No pun intended. But do I need to spend $24.99 on it when I have the original?
Maybe. Love the character. So this one's a hard one because I feel like.
I mean, the gun in the hand. I like the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
A hinge, but like, am I really gonna pose them that often? Like the midsection, like. Dante, what do you think, man? Is this something you're gonna pick up?
I am, and this is the reason why I feel like you're not going to be able to find it at Walmart. I just have a strong feeling that you're not going to be able to find it at Walmart because Walmart's going to mess this all up.
Except for one Walmart that probably has like 100.
Exactly.
Hey, what are you doing?
And I like they gave him like the extra pair of hands, the gun holster, and a knife holster he had on the other one. So, and a butterfly joint. So this one is a lot better than the original one.
It's far superior.
Yes, it's leaps and bounds elevator. So yes, I am in on this one. I will grab this one.
And this is again, Marvel Legends is the majority of my collection at this point. So no shade at the Marvel Legends. But this is where when they first came out that Vulcan body last year, it's in the back of your head. Now we're going to get all updated versions of all these other characters on that new buck, which is great, especially for collectors that are new. You know, if you're just getting in on things. But now you're getting into, do I replace every single Marvel Legend on my shelf if it's redone on a better body? Like, it's a slippery slope, but I don't really know where I come down with it yet.
Right. No, I can understand that because it comes down to the same thing like with your Toy Biz Marvel Legends. Now that they're going through and doing some of them, do you replace them or do you just keep them just for nostalgia purpose? Like, hey, I have both. I got this is what it looked like previously before, and now this is what the updated version looks like. Especially with Mojo. Like, I kept my old Mojo. I'm not going to sell them. I'm not going to give them away. I still have my old Sentinels. I'm not going to sell them. I'm not going to give them away because those are one of my first Sentinels, and I was like, I still like them. They still can hold up.
Well, even Galactus. Like, I still have my original Build-A-Figure Galactus that I remember how proud I was. That was one of the first like big boy purchases I made, and I think I actually bought it when I realized I could sell like the alternate heads. Like, I was such a noob with this stuff, but like when I was buying Legends early on, back in like 16, 17, I didn't realize like, oh wow, like I can sell off a Build-A-Figure piece I don't need or alternate head I don't need, and I think I sold off a bunch of stuff to buy that Galactus. So like that's one where I'm probably never getting rid of that thing because I just the memory of it.
Look, it could be worse. We could be going through a transition like Dragon Ball Z figures, SHF figure arts are. Like they came up with a whole freaking line. They're like, hey, guess what, guys? We're redoing it. Hey, guess what, guys? We're redoing it again. Got him. Ah, gotcha. You want Goku? Got him. Goku is the Captain America. Got him.
But with that said, though, anybody who doesn't have the original Bucky cap, that storyline was flipping amazing. He looks awesome. Yeah. The black pants look so cool on Captain America. I would definitely say buy it, especially if you don't have the other one. Like, it's a fantastic figure. It's just, you know, collectors have been around a while. We have to make some decisions. But I would never. I'm not saying anything bad about that figure. It looks great.
See, oh my goodness, didn't I tell you RG would show up late after we mentioned him?
You know, not a lot of people know that the G stands for great.
It stands for it's got a lot of money. That's why. That's what it stands for. I've been to his house. It's got a lot of money. So yeah, there's some couple of good points here. Strider says the new Bucky cap is mine. Robert says easy pass for me. I don't do Captain America. Greg says Bucky cap needs a down cow and a civilian head to go with him. That would be great.
Yeah, we got a Bucky head with that. That'd have been cool.
Yeah,
because that would have been something for us to go in on because we wouldn't have had it already.
Right. Damien says Vulture versus Nick Fury, Mysterio versus Robbie Robertson, and Chameleon versus Silver Sable. Maybe that would be some good ones. The 2 packs for the retro for the enemies line.
Now we're getting dangerous because you talk about a new Nick Fury. Y'all know I army built those LMDs. So now if I get a Nick Fury on the new Buck, ooh, that's getting dangerous. I'll definitely keep the older ones.
But it'll have the stealth shading on there. That's the only thing.
Oh, if they're animated. Well, yeah, it will look different too. Yeah, it'll look. The animated version looks much different than the comic book. Well, not much, but I mean, it looks different.
Strider says, Tim, we're going through a transition to upgrade all our current collection of legends. Bart says, does Bucky Cap go in a Cap collection? He's not Steve, but he is a Cap. No, you can actually just put him with your Avengers team.
New Avengers? Who's on the New Avengers team?
New Avengers, yeah.
And actually, like with Secret Invasion being in vogue right now, he had a pretty big part at the end of the comic run of Secret Invasion. Like, I remember Thor came back from being dead, and he came back, and Bucky came back, and he's like, "You're dead." He's like, "You're dead." It was a pretty cool panel, actually. So there
Bone says, Bath Galactus would never be sold off by me either. That was the first thing I built, built after getting clean from drugs. Oh snap! Yeah, well, I understand that has some meaning to you, which I can understand why you wouldn't let that go. Greg says you miss Art O'Clock. And Jay says, wow, good morning, Mr. RG. And he's over here laughing. Your boys got toys. What's going on? How you doing?
Yeah, man.
He said, I just came back from State College. Now I'm at work. That sounds like a personal problem, sir.
State College. Just found out from Six Packs and Knickknacks. AEW Collision in September coming to State College, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I'm not driving all the way up there.
That's far for you. I might do it, though. I'm thinking of it. Being a Saturday night, that's perfect for me. So I'm kicking it around.
Yeah. So let's talk about that real quick before we move on. That's the worst theme music for a Saturday night wrestling show.
Yeah, it's growing on me just because I do like the song, but I agree.
It's gonna make me hate the song.
They could have. They wanted I'm up defended. I can't. They wanted a totally different vibe than Wednesday. That's like the main thing. Like they don't want it to seem like Dynamite round 2. It's like we want it to be completely different. So understanding that, I still don't like it.
It makes it like campy, like Collision, like the campy show. Saturday. We got to see a boat. Saturday. Yeah, Saturday's all right for wrestling. Yeah. Hey, that's what it does. That's what it makes it feel like. That's what it honestly makes it feel like.
As long as FTR is on, I'll keep watching.
He's goaded me on now. He's like, come on. And now Greg's joining. Just go stay and carpool with Art and Tim. Well, it wouldn't be just me. My wife would want to go too. I know she would want to go.
State College is nice. I mean, here's the only thing though. That's football season. So let's hope there's not a home game that weekend. I would think they wouldn't have planned it the same day as a football game in State College. I would hope not. Because that would be freaking insanity to try to deal with State College on a Saturday night. Or even a Saturday in general, even if it's a morning game. That town's a party town on a Saturday when there's a game. So
yeah, I can see that.
Art's a Penn State alum, right? I think he knows that.
Yeah. Scruffy Nurse says it has nothing like hip. Nothing says hip like song from the 70s. Yeah, exactly. Mike says Cardiac versus Carry On 2-pack. A win. What was the other one I said? What is that? I just missed it. Yeah, maybe I'm just losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Thank you. Carrion versus Nightwatch 2-pack sold. Your boys got toys. Says I was in the past, but I knew I had to get back to the future.
He was disappearing in the photo. He had to get her in time.
He said you should be part of Glass Night and the Pips. No. It's funny is the first time I went to Vegas, I did see Glass Night, and she was awesome. She was awesome, and she had, I guess there were new Pips, but she was great. Walmart's Collecticons landing page, thanks to Paternia.com. Paternia, Paternia.com. Posting this. So we got Bucky for $24.97, Joe Fixit for $38.97, 6-on Spider-Man and Morbius 2-pack. They don't have a price for yet. Obi-Wan Kenobi Jedi Legends, $27.97. Qui-Gon Jinn Force Spirit is $27.97. Classic 1991 Turtles movie.
27 for that.
Yeah, 27.
Oh, what are they doing?
That's why I said he's going to be pegged one for a hot minute.
Oh.
You got the 91 movie Turtles from Playmates for $39.97. Playmates Mutant Mayhem figures, Dante, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Leonardo, each selling for $29.97. Then you got the Ultimate Edition Rob Van Dam, $32.97, and Ultimate Edition Brock Lesnar, $32.97. Hasbro Transformers G1 Shrapnel and Skywarp Shrapnel is $29.97, Skywarp is $34.97. And then you got some Hallmark stuff with their ornaments, and nobody cares about their ornaments unless somebody do care. I'm sorry. But these actually have a little more out. These actually have a little bit more shading on them than the ones that they first came out with. So I do like these. These look good.
So many turtles out there. So many turtles.
And this Rob Van Dam, like this if this was coming with Ultimate Edition, like, this is a pass. This is truly a pass.
If you're a big RVD fan, that's the only way I can see you going in on this. I'll leave it at that. Yeah. All right, I am not rich, sir. Don't be telling these people out here lies. I drive a car with only 2 doors, and the other 2 doors fell off somewhere. This made my day when I seen this. About daggone diddly time. Star Killer finally being made into a Black Series 6-inch figure. This is what I want. This is what I need. This is what I'm getting. Nice. I am happy you're happy about it. That's a lot. So that's all that comes in one box. That's one big thing. Oh, cool.
Yes.
Cool effects. Stormtrooper ground builder.
Yo, which is crazy. Like they give you those army build, like that's kind of cool. I like that they give you the stormtroopers with it.
Mhm.
Now, how much this costs, I don't know, but I will be getting it. I don't care.
$79.99.
Look, I'm getting it. Yes, I need a Star Killer. Look, it'll probably be some odd years before they re-release it as a single carded figure, but I will be getting this. I will be getting this.
I think I'm gonna go $79.99 because all the effects, the new figure, and then the 2 pack-ins. Yeah, that's my guess.
It's 110. Everybody's saying it's $110.
What? 110? That can't be right.
I may be getting this.
Well, okay, 110. Those are just regular stormtroopers, right? They're not like a new Bach or anything.
No,
so you're telling me $30, $90 for the figures, and then $20 for the accessories in there?
Yeah. And see, Greg makes a good point. Like, you're not going to get these head sculpts. You're not going to get those hands. You're not going to get those lightsabers. Like, for 110, like, yo, like, even if they make it a single carded, you're not getting all these. You're not getting the rest of this.
Yeah, that's again. I really don't do Black Series anymore, so I don't have a pony in the race on this one. But
yeah,
that's
the blades. Yeah, the lightsaber, the blades, I can make myself. Like that's no problem. I have clear colors, and I can probably make a better red than this one. But still, like, it's a hard. I understand the prices are hard pill to swallow, but I might just swallow that pill because you're not going to get those head sculpts in those hands.
Well, I get it. But it's something you've been waiting on. You know, if you get it. That's not you, but the general you. That makes sense. You know, I can't think of something equitable in my head right now that I would say for like Legends or G.I. Joe. But like, yeah, if something like you've been waiting for, you want it, you buy it. That's how it goes. You know, no judgment here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look, if it's 110, if I see 110. I'm break down. I might have to break down by because one, you won't see the Star Killer anytime soon on a single card. 2, the extra head sculpts in the hands. 3 is I understand it comes with like these generic stormtroopers, like these old ones, but yeah, you know what? I think I might just go ahead and break down and just get it.
The accessories do look awesome. I mean, that really. And I alternate heads. I get it. Even as a non-Black Series collector, I get it.
Strand says I want it, but I don't think I have it in my budget. Everybody says on 10. Mike saying this, this is a Odom says, this is a must-have. Mike says, and he's on my most wanted list, but that price shot me to nope. Damien says, what's the blue icy ice lolly thing? Oh, that's like the explosion effect. So it's like basically what's on the front here. So it's like the explode, like kind of like the force explosion around him. Grace says Star Killer, single card Star Killer won't have all the extras, and that's the reason why I'll probably get it because I know the single card is going to be cheaped out. Michael says, was this recently released on PS2? Yes. J-Vic says, left my butt out. I may get this. I may be getting this. Scrubby says, Yak Face confirmed the price. Yeah, boys got toys. Says super dope accessories, but a skirt piece might hinder articulation. I don't think it probably should hinder it that much. Odom says 110 is bullshit, but Tim is right. $80. Art says 2 stormtroopers is $50 and Star Killer is $60. F that. Jay says articulation talking laughing at articulation and talking Black Series, no such thing.
Which again, like I've been getting into the Indiana Jones Adventure series, which
right?
Especially after seeing the new movie. And yeah, man, I like the look of those figures, but having like a Legend or a Classified, more particular, in your hand, and then Star Wars or Indy, since it's all the same, it's crazy how much they deny that community articulation. They get soft goods though. I guess that's the trade-off.
Yeah. So Tim, I did take your advice this weekend. this
Okay.
past weekend.
Okay.
I did the long game.
Okay.
And guess what I got for $17.49?
Indiana Jones.
Exactly. You know which one? Club Obi-Wan.
Oh, you got that one. Nice. Yeah. Nice.
Played that long game, but it was missing the antidote vial.
What? No.
Yeah. Nobody took it out. It was just completely missing.
Well, here's the thing. To be perfectly honest, you probably would have lost it eventually because I'm going to lose mine eventually. So maybe they're just like, screw it. He's going to lose it anyway. Why put it in there?
Exactly.
I think, okay, so anybody in the comments, let me know. On my hunts this past week, they had up a sticker for 17, whatever it was, for Indiana Jones Wave, right? I scanned every single one. They had Sala, they had Marion, they had Obi-Wan version of Indy. None of them rang up 17. They had the new woman from the new one that I can't remember her name, Shaw.
Yeah.
Her in it. And none of them rang up. And then somebody hit me up on YouTube and said, if you take it to the front and they scan it, it will come up 17. But that deal ends tomorrow. It's at the 15th. So
that's weird. It should scan at the machine because mine, when I scanned at Club Obi-Wan, it scanned up to 17.49 because I was going to leave it there. If it said like 20 something, I was like, nope, I'm just leaving it right here.
Was there a sticker on the box or anything? Or
No, it did not say. It didn't have a price up there. It didn't have that, like you said, it didn't have that sell price up there. They just had it hanging there. I didn't even look at what the price was. It was hanging under. And I just scanned it. I was like, all right, let me see. And it was like, oh, it rang up $17. Like, okay, can't pass this up. Let me go ahead and buy it.
It's a fun figure, man. And again, you can do some different stuff with it. Coolest custom I saw people using them as Sterling Archer from Archer. They put a different head on there. That was so cool to see.
That works. Jay Shot says, yeah, man, they're selling a reissue Vader with a broken head for $30. So $110 makes sense. Mike says, I can live without alternate heads and effects. Robert says, we didn't need Stormtroopers, but I think what they were trying to do is recreate the cover from the first game. That's what it would come down to. I think they were trying to just like have that recreation from the cover of what the cover of the first game looked like. RG says, I love the accessories, but I'm glad I'm done with Black Series. Let's see. Grace says, SIM card would be base figure. Saber hilt, one blue and one red blade for $30, which is very true. 9 times out of 10, you're probably calling it. We'll come back to this day saying, Greg called that. Yep. Your boy's got choices. Hell, you swallow that. Swallow it. It is a huge pill to swallow, but I'm going to swallow that pill for that price point. Mike says they're also discounting figures to $7.99 at Ollie's now, so that the average is broken. Art says it's like the first time Black Series provides extra heads and hands for a figure. They say, oh, we should charge 2 times as much. Bo says, I feel you. I'm a bit on the fence as I've been in Black Series, but this one is I'm tempted on to put my PS3 in games. Yeah, it's something that we've been waiting for. For those who have been like playing the Star Wars games, like Star Killer, it's man, you just fell over. It's a figure and a character that we've been waiting for a long time. And it's like, man, like, do I wait the long game and see what happens when it comes out as a single carded figure, or do I just, kind of buy this, swallow the pill of the price and buy this one?
And if you really want to, you could probably sell off. Like if you want to dump those Stormtroopers, you're not going to get a lot for them, but you could probably bring, if you're willing to part with some of the stuff in the box, you could probably bring that price down a little bit.
And for somebody like me, I don't have any Stormtroopers. These would be the first Stormtroopers I have.
Okay.
So it makes a little bit sense for me like figure wise, because these would be 3 figures I don't have in my collection at all. Mm-hmm. Mike says execs are poking the bear on price, especially for 2 iconic reissues with him that should always be available. Grace says, yes, this is the only force push effect Black Series has ever done. Very true. Yeah, packaging. Your boys got toys saying fancy packaging, which push up the cost. Was it PS3? I thought it was PS2 for some reason. I don't know. Jay says, you can always buy this and then sell the Troopers for $25 and at least make some money back. Mike says he got Marion for $10. My target put Marion.
Wow. That's a steal right there. That's a great game.
He said because they put her on the 3.75 peg, so I pushed them on it.
I I've had other people tell me they do that, and I feel like if I tried that in my target, they would just tell me to go pound sand or kick rocks. Like, no, you put it on the wrong pegs. Like insinuating I moved it and put it there.
Right.
I feel like that'd be a hard argument for me to win in my local targets, personally.
Mike says, yeah, Starkiller is one of the Star Wars teams most wanted. Jay says, the reason they're selling it for that price is because they know everyone's been wanting it. That is very true. Mike says it worked for Thrawn, and Kyle says Catturn. I don't know. I was almost like he's trying to say almost like I'm trying to say Chris Kattan for some reason. I don't know why. It's the only longer way to figure from the games. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. These I'm getting Cobra Mole Rat because these look awesome.
Looks cool.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Jay's comment. It's like we just see Dante hit the 5 stages of Copium. I'm definitely getting this. Maybe I'm getting it. I really want it. I mean, these will be my first Stormtroopers, so it makes sense.
That's good. That's good.
Yo, that is hilarious. That is the comment of the night, yo.
That's perfect. That is perfect.
I went through my 5 stages. I'm good.
Yeah, I've really been trying to downsize and scale back a little bit. I'm not like getting out of collecting, but like I love these. I love army builders, but I'm getting to the point where if I don't even remember it being a thing, unless it's that badass looking, I'm probably gonna have to pass on things with Joe's.
These I think you can use these with other things. Like you could probably like acetone the Cobra symbol away and get away with using them somewhere like some other pictures, or even just like having their arms twisted in a different way to get away with them in other pictures. Because I like that. Like they come with the little gas mask and they come with like the crystallized head, and you can get away with them as being like zombies almost.
Yeah, like a monster shelf or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. And again, like it's something that's different, which is good.
Yeah. So yeah, I was like, maybe like 2 or 3 of these would be good. Not go like a whole bunch, but yeah, like 2 or 3. Now these I am passing on the Crimson Alley Viper. I don't need this color.
Is that? Can you zoom in on the head for that? Are you able to zoom in at all? I'm just. Is it the same
TV show? I can't enhance.
Is that the same head from? That's a different head, right?
I think so.
Is it, originally when I saw this, I thought it was the same head from the Arctic Bat, and that's not the case. So I know it has the visor. That or it's just that it's painted differently, I guess, is what that makes the head look different. Maybe that's probably what it is. Is that they just the heads with the blacked out in the eyes, but like this would look cool again. Like I get that it's a crimson one, right? That's part of the crimson thing,
right?
Even with hand ninjas. I don't know. Like it look cool. The hand ninja. I love being a hand ninja, Dante. I buy everybody's hand ninjas. You know that.
Exactly. You bought all my hand ninjas in my area, Tim. I'm mad.
Dude, it's so hard. I'm seeing cases of those at Ollie's, and I get itchy. I'm like, I need to buy more. And I'm like, no, I don't need to buy more.
Got more hand ninjas back there.
Thank you. Old Dave Chappelle, man. But yeah, it's. And what do we got here? What's this gal?
This is Jody Shooter Craig.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab this one.
It's cool. Again, female figures are always great to see, especially the Joe.
Yeah. Right? The only thing is like their arms are kind of weird, but I guess I can get past that.
I never trust a production picture of a photo of a figure when they can't have the arms completely down at their side.
Yeah.
That's,
I just wish they'd give them different hands. Like, can they just have like fisted hands at least? Because like I'm sick and tired of having trigger hands. Like I just It's all ass. But she looks good. This like I said, this is one. These are probably the only 2 I'll grab at the Joe's. Is Mole Rat and Shooter McGavin. So I'm gonna call it Shooter McGavin. And this one, I'm grabbing this one. I'm getting this one. because a good friend of ours, Jay Hernandez, I forget, he posted a picture from when he said this Deadpool will look good on Spidey, retro Spidey Buck, and here we go. We got on to renew your vows, Spidey Buck.
Oh, so that's the toe articulation and everything.
Yes.
Oh, because that's a game changer.
And they're all pinless.
See, okay, I don't have Bob, and I do not have a classic Deadpool. I have the blue Deadpool. I have the MCU Deadpool, Sony, but now MCU Deadpool. I don't have a classic one. Yeah, Dante, you might have just made me a believer on this one, man.
Yeah. Only way you could have Bob before was if you bought the Deadpool with the scooter and it came with the Bob head.
Yes.
Yeah. And you put it on one of your Hydra goons.
Yeah.
So that's the only Bob I have.
I never grabbed that. The green looks a little more vibrant on Bob than it does on the other Hydra soldier. So it'll probably stand out more on your shelf, I would think, too. Like the body looks like it's it could just be the way the picture's taken, but it looks like a much brighter green than the classic Hydra, like 2-packs and stuff.
Jay says you can't get that 2-pack unless you go to the con. Most likely, Hasbro's going to be Hasbro and sell out before it goes up. No, they said you'll be able to get limited quantities on Pulse, so it's going to be on Pulse as well.
But do you have to be a Pulse member? That's what's going to.
I'm assuming they're going to do it like they did last year, so I'm assuming yes. I'm going to go with yes. You have to be a Pulse member.
So I am not. I never could justify paying for that membership. Man, now I really want that. Son of a gun.
Yeah. Real quick, we're going to so when you open up the case, he has a banana, the Wanda Watum, looks like a thermos with Bob's name written on it, some keys, and then something looks like, I don't know what this is right here.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And it's pinless. Oh man.
Yeah. So a lot of people were calling out what everything was kind of like on with like Star Wars lightsaber, G.I. Joe guns. Oh shoot, I like you doing that. And then you got no lightsaber. This kind of like they said reference Fortnite size of the Ninja Turtles, Raphael, staff from Bo.
Oh wow!
I really
with it. That's crazy.
Yeah. It comes with a lot. It comes with a lot. So I mean, it's worth it.
Do we have a price for this?
I've not seen one.
Because after that Star Wars thing, saying what that was going for, I'm a little bit worried about what this is going to run me if I want it.
Yeah. Scruffy says, yeah, green is brighter and it's on the Sunfire body with new pinless arms and legs. Old Hydra goons are on Bucky cap. Yep.
Sunfire. I was wondering. Okay. I was curious if this was the Vulcan body or what it was going to be.
Yeah. But I'm glad to give him like extra hands, which is nice.
Yeah. Especially with all those weapons and mismatched stuff. Is that a bazooka on the right there, the pink?
Yes. But they did, Mike was like, they did put this with that first Deadpool, which was I think it was in the Juggernaut wave.
Yes. Yep. That was the closest I came to buying a more traditional Deadpool. I almost picked that up at a toy show in Allentown once, because it had like a boxing glove at the end of it, didn't it? To put inside of it or something. Okay.
Yeah, it was more color accurate. It was like red and white.
Just because you mentioned it, that Juggernaut figure I love, man. I had it out of the DTOF last night for X-Files when we were talking about the Unstoppable Juggernaut episode. I love that Juggernaut figure, man. Mine's from the 2-pack. It's not the original Build-A-Figure. Such a good figure. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. And Mike is right. You did come to HasCon one as well. But I like that this one comes with so many freaking hands.
Yeah. That's
this is going to be great. This is going to give him some emotion. So that looks good. Then it looks like from the What If wave, we're getting Marvel's Goliath, which looks like a kind of a repainted Ant-Man almost.
Yeah. Was this in the cartoon and I missed it? I don't. Or is it coming?
No, this is from the new season. This is from the new season. Yeah,
that makes more sense then.
The head, I want to say this is an Ant-Man head, but I don't remember if you could see the eyes clearly in the old Ant-Man figure. But there's nothing look like anything's like really new, too much new here.
Yeah, it isn't
the belt.
Something I need personally.
Yeah. This is probably one I can skip. Like this is probably a wave I'll skip. Like I don't need it.
And again, I hate to keep preaching, clearance thing. But this past what if wave is just sitting everywhere. You know, it's really not moving too well. So even if you don't want to get it right away, you could probably think about it, and after you see it 3 or 4 times at Walmart, maybe you pull the trigger.
Yeah. And then we got Raphael and Kyra from Last Ronin. 2-pack. So
they're really filling out this what was a series wave figures pretty well. You know, they're really getting a lot of these out there from that comic book, which is pretty cool for people who read it.
At first, I thought he was fighting Elektra.
I can see it. Yeah, I definitely see it.
Yeah, I was like, is it like, why has it got this 2-pack of Elektra here?
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
And then, it looks like, did Glenda get unlocked? No, I don't think so. I don't think they.
I think she did. I think the second one got unlocked because they did show us the third. Because the third is Crazy Legs.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think they did.
Okay, so Glenda. So we hit unlock on Glenda. Good friend Hucky put in Monster Hunt Rise Sunbreak Malzeno armor set, which looks freaking amazing. This looks awesome. What's Rovatech? And I can't fool Rovatech. I just don't like the way they move.
Yeah,
the joints sticking out and all that. I didn't know I was gonna play a video.
I was gonna say, are you not Wow.
Yeah, so let me mute that because I know that it is. But yeah, so it's the ringside exclusive Hook.
Man, I already pre-ordered the. I just got this thing. I'm waiting till the end of the year for wrestling figures, but when they're exclusives, I'm not going to wait because they may not be there. I pre-ordered the Danhausen, the Hookhausen 2-pack, so I am going to be getting a Hook for that one. It's a great song, though. You don't even know me.
Yeah,
so
it is.
Good.
I love it.
Man, they've done a great job with this character.
Action Bronson, that's my boy. Love me some Action Bronson. Just real quick, the Hasbro basketball figures. You might as well go ahead. Maybe they might have packed that up and said, "Let's go, let's end that."
Yeah, I
discount them bad boys down.
Yeah, I think they realized that was a non-starter. Hey, you know what? They took a swing at it. You know, or took a shot. Is a better use.
Exactly.
There's just I don't think there were enough.
Star Wars I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I said I still think there were enough sports fans that also collect figures, and then what it costs to get them, the price, the NFT nonsense, like.
Right.
Yeah. DOA.
We got Chrysanthemum special edition, vintage collection, boxed up. They won't call him Black Chrysanthemum, just call him Chrysanthemum. I don't know why. You can call him Black Chrysanthemum. That's his name. Like, they ain't gonna hurt the black community. But he's $40. He'll be available this summer. And then, yes, everybody's right. $110, $110.99 for this 3-pack.
We already talked yourself into it, Dante, so you're fine.
Yes, I already went through 5 stages. I went through 5 stages of coping.
I feel like you have to add that to the title of the video later on.
5
Other than like
coping.
The episode number, Dante goes through the 5 stages.
Oh, it doesn't look like missed too much. 30th anniversary, you get Steven Spielberg, but it's a 3.7-inch scale figure. I'm sure it would sell.
If they would have done this in 1/12 scale, and you could have put it with your George Lucas, that'd have been cool.
Exactly.
That'd have been cool.
Exactly. That's the same thing I was thinking too.
And your John Favre. You could put your Happy Hogan there and have 3 really good directors, right? But no, you can't have nice things.
This looked good. I know Dom showed me this. The SDC Muhammad Ali edition. I was like, this would be great if you haven't fighting Superman. There you go.
There you go. Classic iconic cover.
Muhammad Ali versus Superman. Yeah. Let's see. Anything else? And then the exclusive Jada Toys, Evil Ryu at SDCC. He looks good.
Still haven't seen these in a store, and I know that I'm not going to at this point until they like slam them out.
But this one is just the SD. This one's just a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Right. But even a regular one, like I haven't had a chance to even attempt to know yet with this.
Yeah, my Target has not. They have not even put. I've never seen these on the shelves of my Target.
I feel like the guy standing there at 7 a.m. in my area probably gets them all the time because they are so rare to find. So whoever that guy is, good for you.
Yeah. Super 7 did announce the Cat's Lair. There's pictures up, and Geek Life Dad talks about it a little bit more. Yeah, I forget how much the price they set for this Cat's Lair is, but it's too much for me to have. I have nowhere to fit in my house. I'm good. I'm good.
And shout out to Geek Dad Life and also Toy Anxiety. I've always listened to their podcast. Well, I've listened to Toy Anxiety's podcast, and I've tried to catch Dad stuff. They're fun to watch. Both of their channels are fun to watch. I've started tuning into the live streams on Wednesday nights, I believe it is. I think it's Tuesdays or Wednesdays for Toy Anxiety. Just fun to watch, entertaining people and passionate about the hobby.
I'm sorry. It ain't $650. Nah. It is not $650 for that cat. Kick all the rocks in the world. I'm sorry. I can't kick all of the rocks in the world. All of the rocks.
Kick them.
And then it's $100 shipped. Rob's saying with taxes, it's $800 with taxes and shipping. Goodness.
You got that laying around or something like that, at least.
I know. But the one figure that Greg didn't tag me on that he should have tagged me on was Berserker Studio coming back, hit me in my pockets, say, hey, guess what? We got Poseidon for you, buddy. Hey, we did Zeus. Hey, we did Hades. Here's Poseidon, baby. I was like, oh, you gonna give me my Poseidon, baby? He's like, yeah, we're gonna give you Poseidon. I was like, ooh, you gonna give me that Poseidon. And they give a stand for the second head, which is cool. I like that. I kind of like that.
That's a nice touch. Yep.
Yeah. This sword looks like the same one that Zeus had, but I think it's a little bit different just because of this side being a little bit shorter. Zeus had the same size. But they give him the trident, give him the little effects, give him the hands, give him a little piece of tablet and a stand. I'm all in, baby. I'm all in. Look at Poseidon sitting there chilling. Oh, man.
That's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty damn good.
Look at that.
That's a cool shot right there from behind.
Look at anime character like he ready to go be a Baki or something. Like he ready to go fight somebody. Like, oh, fine, I'll do it myself. Like, oh, he wants Thanos. Oh. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Look at that boy. Hotter than hot. Oh, my. Can't wait to get this picture. Can't wait to get this fight. Oh, look at that. Yeah, the sword is super short. Yeah, it's not as long as Zeus's.
So, Dante, I'm guessing that you like this figure.
Oh, yeah. I'm all in. I'm all. When they put me in for Berserker Studios, they had my picture be like all in. Like I was all elite. Yo, I'm down with this. Yo, Berserker Studios has got me. They got me in that chokehold.
They have pulled you into the boat.
Exactly. Yo, oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this here. Look at this. This is magnificent. Oh, I didn't know his eye was damp. Like, yo, that's cool. Like the eye. The face of, oh my goodness, I didn't notice that.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I was salty, Greg. Salty like a sea dog. Yeah, it was salty. Super salty. Like a saltine, the saltine crackers you eat sometimes.
Salt light.
Yeah. Monthly install payment. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back here a little bit. Scruffy saying, wasn't Snake Mountain the same price? I have no idea because I remember Snake Mountain for a hot second. It might have been. It might have been. It says, I don't have space for that layer. It looks cool, but I don't think I'm going to get it. It's $650. Hell, nah. All right, I guess I'm getting it. No, there's no there. I'm flat out no. There's a
Five
no.
stages. 5 stages.
Nah. You know why? Because one, I don't have any Thundercats.
Mhm.
Two, I would have nowhere literally to put that thing. Literally nowhere. It's bad enough I got a helicopter that I just put in for with the HasLab Dragonfly. I don't even know where I'm gonna put that. And then I got the whatchamajigger coming out, the his tank coming out this year. Don't even know where I'm gonna put that at.
Soon, right? It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-mm. Robert says, pull a picture of the Loose Collectors Chaotica. The 3-1, yeah, I'll put up in just 1 second. That'll be the last thing we'll go over. Dragon Eye says, Berserker Studios had again another banger forgot. Yes. Yeah, like I said, great. Yeah, I was salty. Loose Collectors Chaotica is what
Art says he'll take it.
Yeah, Art's got like 16,000 rooms in his house. That's why. You go to Art's house, it's like, yo. He's like, hey, you can put it in one of these rooms. Put it in one of these rooms. Come on. He's like, come on, you can put it in one of these rooms. Oh, Jason's not just gonna put it on the kitchen table. Looks around. Honey, pass me the ketchup. Yeah. Honestly, like I said, I am not a big fan. Like I like Thundercats, but I'm just like, I just can't.
I have Lino and I have Mamura, and that's all I needed. They're not even open. They're in the box. I needed the good guy. I needed the bad guy.
Yeah.
And I was out.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Unless I'm looking in the wrong place, I don't see the Chaoticas. I don't see them. They're down here. No, it's not them.
Is that the figure that looks like Emma Frost?
Yes. But it's weird. Like, I don't see BBTS has them. I don't know what I just did. What was this? Let's see.
Art said executive replicas might have it.
Probably yes. Yeah, probably. I forgot. It may be through them. I forgot about that. Yeah. So they have been broken, which is weird. I'm not sure.
Biggest sticks. Dante, you ended once,
yeah,
man. Fall out. Fall out.
Nah, I'm not doing it. But you got Santana's. See, I like that. I like she has a cape, but I think it would have been better with a cloth cape.
Yeah.
Now the figure doesn't look great. Like the figure looks great, but I think the cloth cape would have been better, even for this chick in the brassiere or lingerie.
Definite. Art hit me up and said, "Make that Emma Frost on my shelf."
Yeah, that's a lot of people are saying. Yeah.
Looks just like her.
And Chaotica, that's her name. That's good. I mean, the figure, like anything they make, looks great. Looks amazing.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Like they look good. And then last one, I'm not sure what they're from. I don't know if they're just like characters they made up on their own or if they are combo characters. So I'm not familiar with them. Oh, Dynamite Comics. Okay, yeah. See, I read very little Dynamite Comics and Coffee Comics. We got La Muerta.
Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, it's like this would make a good Thunder Rosa figure.
Yeah.
Pop, pop, pop.
That's pretty cool.
Get up, pop, 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 pop. comes with a removable utility belt, 2 fists, 2 trigger hands, 2 open hands, semi-auto rifles, 2 pistols.
A lot of stuff. A lot of
Yeah.
packaging, accessories.
Not bad. They look great. Don't get me wrong. They look amazing. I just don't have any need for them in my collection.
Yep. That's where I'm at too. I just only so much. Only so much.
Yeah. I would love to have this. I'm just wondering how big it is compared to like a 6-inch figure.
Mm-hmm.
This is from the new Metroid Dread.
You want to see
what chases you
comparison
throughout the game. Yeah, I want to see how tall it is compared to a 6-inch figure, because I know with SHF their stuff is a lot smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this small, yeah. Figma. Yeah, I still like to see how tall it is. Oh, it's saying they're saying it's 8.5 inches, but probably like more like 7. I'd say probably like more like 7 instead of 8. Because if it compared to a Legends to 6-inch figure, I should say 6-inch figure is probably like more like 7 inches tall. But it'd be kind of cool. But for $150, I don't know if if it was a little bit cheaper, you could army build them. But that for $150.
Yes. Again, little steep.
Yeah, it's a little steep. That's steeper than this steep. Steeper than the steep. All right, folks. That's it. We're gonna wrap up. It's been a great night. It was great talking to Chris Huseman from the Tomy Team, talking about the Back to the Future. If you haven't checked it out, the link is pinned up top in the chat to see if you want to back that Kickstarter. It's great. He showed it, all the features on it, what you can expect to get, and it has a passion for it. So, I mean, to me, it looks great. If that's something you're into.
And again, such great transparency from a company. He's listening to his customers. Like, that was an amazing conversation with him. And he blew my mind bringing up Looper. So can't get much better than that.
Exactly. And we talked about some $110 figures that I talked myself into. So, hey, can't feel no better than that.
The stages.
When is the next Gundam anime stream? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to continue that one. I just don't know. Because the reason why I say that, it's tough for me to get home on Mondays. And SEPTA's not always freaking reliable. So, yeah. Mondays are a tough day. Especially just like going back into work. What's going on, Future? RG says, NY trip in August, RetroCon in September, NYCC in October, LegionsCon in November, ToyCon New Jersey in December. We're all booked.
Art just made Christmas shopping that much more terrifying now, knowing that we're essentially going to be in December before we know it.
Yeah. What's funny is I got to know when the New York trip is, because I will be away a week in August. So I got to know when that's going to happen. If it's the same week, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'll definitely be at New York Comic Con. LegionsCon I'll definitely be at. And I'm going to try to be at the ToyCon show in December. Bart says Gundam Dante. Robert said it does have to be on Monday. That was a day of work for my buddy when I was doing it with him, my buddy Jay Lamb. So we'll see. I don't know. I may have been just over pushing myself with all the shows. Even though it was once a month, I may have just been over pushing it. But during a week, it's really hard sometimes if it's a late show, and I don't want to keep him up too late as well too. So it's a kind of toss up of what to do. That's all I got. Got anything, Tim?
No, man, I'm good as usual. If you're listening over there on the podcast world as opposed to watching, Disavowed_12 on Instagram. If you want updated daily toy news and toy hunts here on YouTube, Disavowed Action Figures. But other than that, Dante, it was a great night, man. A lot of fun tonight.
Yeah. Rob, why don't you just which ones do you like? What are you looking for in LegionsCon? Like, you PayPal me money, I can get it for you. I pick it up for you. Yeah, because you know what? I'm mad that I'm not going the second day because I do want that one, the second day exclusive. The skeleton. Did you see that, Tim?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Did you see the second day exclusive for Legion's Con, the skeleton?
Yes. As usual, they are tempting me. And if we keep talking about it, you're probably gonna have Trevor show up in the chat. So you know him; he's got the magic ability to know when we're talking legions.
Like, her legions, where they at? Where they at? Her legions. I got a couple of them. Got me some cosmics and some legions. Trevor come like, oh yeah, let me tell you about the legions, my brother. You want to be top, but see, you can't be top. You got to be the creed that rises to the top when you come to legions. Oh yeah, you're not like me.
He's good at it.
Yeah, that's Trevor right there. So if you're me, Trevor, he's gonna be like that. Like, oh yeah, you know, cream rises to the top. But let me tell you something, brother. Yeah, I do. I forget what's the exclusive for day one, but day two exclusive I want definitely. And I'm going to try to cop me some more Cosmic Legions. Like I said, I want some more engineers. The engineers look great. Yeah, so I'm going to try to get me some more. All right. Other than that, I don't have anything else. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all. Yeah, that's it. I'll wait till another time to talk about all the other stuff. All right, folks, you all have a great weekend. Hope you stay safe. Happy hunting, and enjoy your time playing with your figures.
This weekend, everybody.